Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to King's International Institute of Leadership Academy. Today, we are going to have the session on project management. What is project management? A project management is a temporary, time-bound sequence of tasks that aim to achieve a particular goal. Project is a temporary, it have the time-bound sequence of tasks that aim to achieve a particular goal. Okay, so we have the goal to achieve within a time frame. It's a temporary. Okay, so project brings together the talents of multiple team members in order to deliver a tangible result or outcome over a predetermined span of time. Tangible, capable of being perceived. Okay, span the maximum distance laterally from the tip to tip. Okay, so the projects we have the team talent of teams, multiple team members to deliver a tangible result. Okay, capable of being. So this outcome are predetermined within a time frame, the span of time. Okay, so the maximum of time provided, allocated to the accomplishment of the project. The project involves the work of multiple individuals. We have a lot of team members. It depends upon the project team, the project across the numerous areas of expertise requiring upfront investment in time and resources. Okay, so before that we have going to have a lot of discussion about this project management, but there is a lot of problems in this project management because so many organizations in the multinational companies, including the multinational companies, are nearly around the world globe. Nearly 7 in 10 projects fail. Around 10, nearly 7 projects fail in every year day. Okay, 70% of the projects fail globally. Okay, so because why I am denoting this statistics, because how important this project management is. The course is how important. Okay, that's why I just denoting this. A lack, why the project management is failure. Okay, why so many organizations have failed in the project. Out of 10, 7 projects fail. Out of 100, 70% of the projects, 70% projects are failed because of a lack of clear goals and objects, poor communication, collaboration among the team members, and lack of focus and risk management and quality control. Okay, and another one thing is poor planning. Poor planning is the root cause of the project failure. Okay, so we must find out the root cause of the problem. Before we start a project, we must plan everything. Okay, so BMI, Project Management Institute, have the set of rules and tools and techniques. They provided a lot of tools and techniques. Actually, there is a lot of managers, they never learn fully the project management. Okay, so there is a lot of project management tools available in the market. Okay, but they never learn completely. Okay, so before we start a project, we have the knowledge. Okay, so on the client side, the client should also give the provided enough time to accomplish the project. That is the most important thing, because they are not provided the enough time to accomplish the project. Okay, so we must have the deal with the client. So we must get the enough time as an organization, because they are in the competitive world. they are not provided the good enough time to accomplish the project, because the technology is dynamic now, it's changing every day. So we must accomplish within a time frame. So they are not enough to study, they never enough have the time to study the project, the client requirements. That is the most important, right? So they must learn completely before start the project, but they are not do that. But that is also the most that is the most reason why the projects are failure. Okay, we must provide the enough time to the team members to learn, to practice. Okay, so whatever they have the knowledge in the expertise, they are the experts in the domain, but they everybody have the it's not all the clients are have the same enough requirements. Everybody is different, they have their own organizational style of work, nature of work. So we must read, we must learn, so before start the project. Okay, so I've just why the projects are failure: lack of planning, inconsistency, defined resources, unrealistic deadlines, lack of transparency, lack of communication, unrealistic expectations, lack of monitoring. Okay, lack of risk management. That is the most important thing. We must find out the risks. Okay, every day we will find the risk, so we must eradicate, we must find out, we must resolve the issues, problems. Okay, inadequate stakeholder management. Okay, we must have the enough stakeholders, right? So they are the sponsors. As a team member, we have the enough team size, okay, to accomplish the project within the timelines. Okay, so these are the reasons: lack of planning, they not consistently define the resources, unrealistic deadlines, lack of transparency, communication, unrealistic expectations, lack of monitoring, lack of risk management, inadequate stakeholder management. These are the most problems, most of the reasons why the project managements are failed. Okay, okay, you just mind it. 70% of the projects are failure. Okay, then what are they doing? As a project manager, what they are doing? They are put all the efforts, they are put all the burdens to the project team members. Actually, there are so many project managers are not working. They must work on. Actually, they are always communicating. You just think communication only, not a project manager's work, right? So they are always communicating. Before we start the project, we must have all the enough data, resources, time, and money, everything. So these are the things we are going to learn today about the project management. Okay, BMI defined everything very clearly. Exactly, we must learn the tools and techniques. Actually, so many project managers, they are trying to pass only the BMX certification. If they get the examination, they never read. They never read. Then they are not learned completely the tools and techniques. That is the most important. Experience is only not enough. We must learn. The PMBOK guide have everything. Okay, so we will learn later everything. Okay, so we just come to the point. What is a project management? A project is a temporary, time-bound sequence of tasks that aim to achieve a particular goal. Okay, our aim is to achieve the project particular goal. Project bring together the talents of multiple team members in order to deliver a tangible result or outcome over a predetermined span of time. Often, project involve the work of multiple individuals. Okay, across numerous areas of expertise. They may be the experts in some areas, technologically, domain. Okay, so they are the experts in the some of the areas, whatever they are working. Okay, requiring an upfront investment in time. We must provide the up in advance at the front. We must provide the time and also investment. Okay, as an organization, they must invest the money. Okay, in time and the resources, and also they want to uh, allocate the resources. Otherwise, they want to recruit the resources. A project is a set of tasks that must be completed within a defined timeline to accomplish a specific set of goals. Okay, so these tasks are completed by a group of people known as the project team, okay, which is led by a project manager who oversees the planning, scheduling, tracking, and successful completion of projects. Okay, so they are the completed by a group of people known as the project team, which is led by a project manager. Okay, so the project manager will lead the team, okay, who oversee the planning, and also he will plan, schedule, tracking, and successful completion of projects. These are the tasks of the project manager. Okay, so next, the project management is the application of specific knowledge, skills, methodologies, and techniques aimed at achieving specific and measurable project goals, including ultimately successful project completion. Yeah, I just said before, right? So we must have the methodologies. There is a lot of methodologies available. There is a tools and techniques available. We must have the knowledge. As a project manager, they must have the knowledge to handle the project, to handle the team, to handle the resources, to handle the resource clients, to handle the stakeholders. Okay, they must have the skills also, skill set. Okay, so methodologies. Okay, we will learn very detailedly what are the methodologies available. Okay, so it differs from general management because project managements relate directly to the goals and time-bound objectives achieved within the scope of your project itself on a limited timeline rather than an ongoing one. Actually, general management bests project management. Actually, the we have the all the everybody should learn the project management. Whatever we do as a is a personal work also, we must define everything very clearly. If you want to succeed, you just take 1% of the billionaires in the, around the world, they are doing as a practice, whatever they do as a practice, that is called the project management. Nothing more than that. Okay. So they defined everything very clearly what we are going to do today, next week, next month, next year. They allocate the time, money, resources, everything. So they are succeeding. Okay, so like that, whatever we do in the project management, we must apply to the life, real life also. Okay, if you want to win us, we want to consistently win in the life or in the business, we must do as a project. Okay, so project management is not as simply the methodologies, techniques, okay, to only for the software or some other projects. Okay, for our life also, general management also should have the plan. Okay, we must plan everything whatever we do. If you want a success in the life, okay, whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever you do, you just want to do as a plan or with the plan. Okay, so the project management relate directly to the goals and time-bound objectives achieved within the scope of the project itself. A limited timeline rather than an ongoing one. This is not an ongoing one, it's a limited timeline. Okay, the project maybe go with 1 year, maybe 2 years, 3 years, or 6 months. Okay, we don't, that depends upon the client requirement. Okay, so all the projects are temporary effort to create a value through the unique product, service, or result. Okay, there are so many companies, organizations working as a product. The product may go on, okay, because they also have the sprint, okay, the product also have the end, right? So but they will provide the next version, right? Now, like Apple iPhone, so many mobile companies, they are providing the latest versions, right? If Apple iPhone 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, so they will go on. Okay, that is a version of next version. Okay, so it have an end, but beginning and an end. Okay, they have a team, a budget, a schedule, and a set of expectations the team need to meet. Each project is unique and differ from routine operations, the ongoing activities of an organization, because project reach a conclusion once the goal is achieved. Okay, I don't know exactly how many projects are achieved, but they are achieving something. Okay, as a, so actually I'm also as a software engineer. I worked as a software engineer, but we also had a lot of difficulties while doing the projects, right? We are not able to provide 100% accurately to our client needs, right? That is a lot of problems with the client. There will be a lot of conflicts, okay? Because the client may not understand. If they're doing manually, if we implement the system, they are not easily adapt to the system. And that may also one of the reason why the projects are failure. Okay, so they want to actually the client side also they want to very interested to use your system. Okay, your software. That is the most important thing. Okay, and another one thing, they must provide the clear uh, objectives, clear requirements, what they need. Okay, that is the most important thing. If they not provide the clear expectations, clear objectives, clear requirements, okay, everything is the same. But if they are not provide, we are not able to, as a software engineer, we are not able to build the software with clearly whatever they expect. Okay, so we must get the clear expectations, requirements from the client. So we must start work. Okay, otherwise we must build this prototype protos. Okay, we must show to the client, okay, how they functionally it will work. Okay, there is a lot of conflicts between the client and the organizations. So because the project reaches a conclusion once the goal is achieved. Okay, so project management is application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to achieve project activities to meet the project requirements. Project management is accomplished through the appropriate application and integration of the project management processes identified for the project. Okay, so that is the same thing. Managing a project typically include but not limited identifying the project requirements, addressing the various needs, concerns, and expectations of stakeholders, establishing and maintaining active communication with stakeholders, managing the resources, okay, so balancing the completing project constraints, which include but are not limited to. Okay, so we must identify, we must address the issues, needs, establish and maintaining the active communication with the stakeholder. Stakeholder may be your client. Okay, they are your boss. They are the provided the project to your organization. We must have the conversation, communication every day. Okay, so we must have the team meetings, right? So balancing and the completing the project in case if you are working on. So we must what are the balance? Okay. Suddenly they will have the requirement. Okay. While using the project, okay, they will remind. Okay, they will put insert something. Okay. So scope. What is the scope? Okay, scope of the project, schedule, cost, quality, resources, risks. These are the things as a project managers we must manage as a project. Relationship among the portfolios, programs and project. A portfolio is defined as a projects, program, subsidy portfolios and operations managed in a coordinated manner to achieve strategic objectives. Portfolio management is a centralized management of one or more portfolios to achieve strategic objectives. Okay. Portfolio is a program performing consistent with the organizational objectives and evaluating portfolio components to optimize resources allocation. Portfolios may include work that is operational in nature. Okay. They divided the team as a portfolios. Okay. Everybody will work for the same project, right? Program management support the organizational strategies by authorizing, changing, terminating the project and managing their interdependencies. Managing the project interdependencies may include among other actions the following. Okay. So program management support the organizational strategies, authorizing, changing, terminating, managing. Okay. These are the things they will do. Resolve the resources constraint or conflict that affect the components within the program. Aligning with the organizational strategies that impact and affect the program goals and objectives. Okay. So next, managing the issues, resolving the constraints, aligning the organizational strategies, and managing the issues and employee change management within a shared governance structure, addressing the project and program risks that can impact one or more components, managing the program benefits realization by effectively analyzing, sequencing, and monitoring the component interdependencies. Okay, addressing the project and the program risks that can impact one or more components. Okay, so these are the relationship among the program project. Linking the organizational governance and project governance. There are various types of governance including the organizational governance, organizational project management governance and portfolio program and project governance. Organizational governance is a structured way to provide the direction and control through the policies and processes to meet strategic and operational goals. Okay. So they are providing, okay, we are linking the governance and the project governance because organization, there is a lot of projects may be available, right? Because every organization, multinational organization, they are running minimum 100, 200, 300 projects, okay? So we must organization with the project governance. They must merge it, okay? So we must merge it. The organizational governance is a structured way to provide the direction and control the policies and processes to meet the strategic and operational goals. Organizational governance is typically conducted by a board of directors to ensure accountability, fairness, and transparency to its stakeholders. Okay, so board of directors, okay, for the project. And try under the stakeholders, okay, transparency, okay, they must have the transparency in the management. Okay, organizational governance principles, decisions and processes may influence and impact the governance of portfolios, programs and projects in the following ways: enforcing legal, regulatory standards and compliance requirements, defining ethical, social, environmental responsibilities, specifying operational, legal, and risk policies. These are the things while doing the project governance. Okay. Project governance is a framework, functions, and processes that guide the project management team. Okay. That activities in order to create a unique product, service, or result to meet the organizational, strategic, and operational goal. Governance at the project level guiding and overseeing the management of project work. They are guiding us. They are overseeing, they are managing the project work. Ensuring adherence to policies, standards and guidelines. Okay, they ensure the policies and standards and guidelines. Every project have the standard, set of standards, okay, and policy and procedures, and also they have the guidelines to work. Okay, establishing governance roles, responsibilities and authorities. Okay, and under decision making regarding the risk escalation, changes and resources, team, financial, physical and facilities. Okay, they are the deciding authority. Ensuring appropriate stakeholder engagement. Okay, we must have the stakeholder engagement. Otherwise, how we are working for the project, okay, for the client. They must ensure that their requirements are okay, is good. Okay, whatever our expectations are fulfilled. Like that, we must have the discussion. We must show the demo to the stakeholders. Otherwise, we are not able to find the right path. Okay, the monitoring the performance. We are monitoring the employee performance. The project governance framework provide the project stakeholders with the structure, processes, roles and responsibilities. Okay, these provide the stakeholder with the structure, processes, roles and responsibilities. These are the things the project governance framework doing. Okay, so the next one is accountability and decision making model for managing the project. Okay, accountability is the most important thing. Okay, every project have the account. Okay, the team members are the account members, right? Decision making models, okay, to manage for the managing the project include but are not limited to principles or processes for stage gate or phases reviews, identifying, escalating and resolving the risks and issues, defining roles, responsibilities and authorities, process for the project knowledge management and capturing lessons learned, decision making, problem solving and escalating topics that are beyond the project manager authority, reviewing and approving the changes to the project and product changes that are beyond the authority of the project manager. Okay, so they are identifying, escalating and resolving the risks and issues and also defining the roles and responsibilities and authorities. They are defining the role, okay, for the team members and providing the tasks as the responsibilities. Authorities, they have the authority, okay, in case the stakeholder authority, okay, team lead, team manager, project manager, okay, there is a lot of roles, okay, team head, project head, there is a lot of roles available, okay, so they are the authorities to handle the project on the time. Okay, everybody have the role, okay, everybody have the nature of job to accomplish within the project. Okay, process for project knowledge management and capturing the lessons learned. Okay, project knowledge management. Okay, project knowledge management is they have the knowledge because they worked so many projects previously. Okay, in the past they worked so many projects. So before start a project, we must have the knowledge experts. Okay, they are the project knowledge management team experts. Okay, they will guide us. Okay, if you start a new project, okay, and capturing the lessons learned, whatever they learned so far. Okay, and decision making. Okay, they are the who is the decision maker, problem solver, escalating the topics that behind the project manager authority. Okay, in case of the escalating, we must do the escalate. Okay, so in case any problem in the project while doing the project or before start a project, we must resolve the project. Okay, so we must aware of it. The next one is reviewing and approving the changes. Okay, so in case any changes in the project, Suddenly the client provided the change request. So we must approve that. Review that, we must approve that as a project manager. And the product changes. In case if you are developing the product, so as a market trend, okay, as a new features we must add to the product. Okay, we are not able to have the old product. Okay, we are unable to use the Nokia mobile phone, okay, like a smartphone nowadays, right? So the basic models of phone. So what we have to do, we must um, provide the changes, okay, change requests. So we must define the basic model to the smartphone, okay. So it must have all the features, right? So Nokia also doing that. Now they are implementing the new, sorry, launching the new smartphones also, I think so. Okay, so reviewing and approving changes to the project and product changes that are behind the authority of the project manager. You just look at the picture. Okay, who are all the project manager, sorry, board, project corporate governance, board of directors, roles and responsibilities, ethics, performance management, and risk management, experts, relevant, accountable, separation of roles, ethical, business integrity, KPIs, dashboards. These are the corporate governance. Project success and benefits management. Projects are initiated to realize business opportunities that are aligned with an organization of strategic goals. Period to initiating a project, business cases is often developed to outline the project objectives. Okay, how the project is get success. Okay, so period to initiating a project, business cases is often developed to outline the project objectives, the required investment, the financial and qualitative criteria for project success. Success and progress throughout the project life cycle by comparing the result with the objectives and the identified success criteria. Okay, the business case, we must develop the business case. It will help to the project success. Okay, so it have the qualitative criteria. Okay, so it will provide the basic measure success progress throughout the project life cycle. Okay, project is a life cycle. Okay, we will learn about the project life cycle later. The comparing the result with the objectives and identified success criteria. Okay, projects are typically initiated as a result of one or more of the following strategy consideration. Projects are how the projects be initiated. Okay, it's a market trend. If they develop as a product, depends upon the market trend, we will develop the product, right? Okay, whatever we take as a project, so product, so they have the existing product. Okay, so new innovations are also coming nowadays, but at the same time it will derive from someone, right? Strategic opportunity or business need and social need. Okay, as a social need, environmental consideration. Okay, customer request, in case of customer request, technological advancement, these are the legal and regulatory requirement or existing or forecasted problem. In case of problem, we must solve the problem we are developing the product. Okay, market trend, strategic opportunity or business need, social need, environmental consideration, customer request, technological advancement, and legal and regulatory requirement and existing or forecasted problem. Okay, these are the strategies while we do the project, while we are starting the project. The benefits management plan describe how and when the benefits of the project will be delivered and how they will be measured. Okay, once the projects are completed, what we do, we will deliver to the client, right? And also before we deliver, we must measure the success of the project. Okay, the completion of the project, we must test it completely, how much it's completed. Okay, we must measure. Okay, we must check the quality of the product. Okay, product or a project, we must test it more completely, 100%. The benefits of the management plan may include the following. Target benefits: the expected tangible, intangible business value to be gained by this implementation of the product, service or result. Okay, what about that tangible? We already learned about the tangible is capable of being perceived, right? Capable of being perceived. Okay, intangible, the abstract quality or attribute, intangible. Okay, business value. Okay, gained and implemented the product, service or result. Strategic alignment, how the project benefits, support and align with the business strategies of the organization. How it's benefited to the organization. Okay, the time frame for realizing benefits. Benefits by phase, short term, long term and ongoing. Okay, so how, in case if the project we are providing to the client, okay, wherever we are going to provide it to the, in case of telecom sector, in case of medical, okay, healthcare, in case of banking, retail, okay, so insurance, wherever you are providing to our client, what we do, we will implement our project by phase. Okay, in case we are providing the long term as a product, so what we do, we must put the trial. Okay, 1 month or 2 month or 1 week, we must put into the trial. Okay, everything is going fine, we go the live, right? So that is called the time frame for realizing the benefits. Okay, after completely they using, if they started to using the product, so we will realize to the benefits of the product. Okay, so benefits owner, the accountable person or group that monitor, record and reports realized benefits throughout the time frame established in the plan. Okay, so benefit owner is the client. Who is the person or client? Okay, how he benefited with the product. Okay, so we monitor, record and report realized it and benefited throughout the time frame. Okay, the metrics are the direct and indirect measurements used to show the benefits realized. Okay, the next one is risks associated with achieving the target benefits. Actually, there is a lot of risks available, right? So we must identify the risk to resolve, to, okay, um, resolve the problem. We must move to the next stage. Okay, some of the risks are it not able to, we are not able to move without solving the problem or risk. So we must resolve the issues, risks, immediately, whatever we find as a risk. Okay, it will really help to proceed the project. The project life cycle. The project life cycle is a series of phases that a project passes through from its start to its completion, that culminates in the completion of the one or more deliverables. Okay. To reach its highest at altitude. Okay. The phase can be sequential, iterative, or overlapping the names, number, duration of the project phases, that determined by the management and control needs of the organization involved in the project. The nature of the time bound, with the start and end of the control point, sometimes referred to as a phase review, phase gate, control gate, and other similar terms. Okay, so we must have the phase by base review. sequentially, iteratively, overlapping. So these are the phases. Okay. At the control point, the project charter and business documents are re-examined based on the current environment. The project charter and business documents are re-examined based on the current environment. At the time, the project performance is compared to the project management plan to determine if the project should be changed, terminated, or continuous as a planned. Okay. We must create the project charter. Okay. So what we are going to do, business documents, and also we re-examined that, the current environment at the time. The project performance is compared to the project management plan. We must have the project management plan also, determine if the project should be changed, terminated, or continue as a planned. Though project vary in size, the amount of complexity they contain, typical project can be mapped to the following project life cycle. Starting the project, organizing and preparing, carrying out the work, and closing the project. Okay. Starting the project, ongoing and preparing, carrying out on the work, ending the project. These are the generic phases of project life cycle. Okay. So the next, who are all the project stakeholders? A project stakeholder is a individual, group, or organization that may be affected by, or perceive itself to be affected by a decision, activity, or outcome of the project. A project stakeholder may be internal or external to the project, that may be actively involved, passively involved, or unaware of the project. The clients, okay, the stakeholders. Project stakeholders may have a positive or negative impact on the project. They positively or negatively impacted by the project. Example, stakeholder may not be limited to. Okay, internal stakeholders are sponsors, resource managers, project management office, portfolio steering committee, program manager, project manager of the projects or of other projects, and team members. External stakeholders, customers, end users, suppliers, shareholders, regulatory bodies, and competitors. These are the project stakeholders with the internal and external. Milestones achieved by the project management. So far, what are the very biggest projects, okay, from the ancient time? Okay, you just look at that. Project management is not new. Okay, we are not thinking there may be the BMIO Institute only created the project. So they created, right, but they have the tools and techniques. Okay, they defined the tools and techniques, but our ancient leaders, architects, without they are planned, but they don't have the methodologies, everything. I think so. Okay, technique, tools and techniques, what they had used, I don't know. We don't know exactly. But our project PMI, Project Management Institute, okay, created that. The process, set of rules and tools and techniques, it will really help to accomplish the project without failure. Okay, if we follow that, definitely we will win the project. Okay. We are not supposed to use partially. We use fully. Okay. We must learn. We must practice before we start using the PMBOK. Okay. BMI PMBOK. Okay. So you just look at that. Examples of project outcomes. It has been in use for the hundreds of years. Okay. It's not simply 1 or 2 years or 10 years. It is more than 100 years. Pyramid of Giza, Olympic Games, Great Wall of China, Taj Mahal, publication of a children's book, Panama Canal, development of commercial jet airplanes, polio vaccine, human being landing on the moon, commercial software applications, profitable devices to use the global positioning system, GPS, placement of the International Space Station into Earth orbit. These are the things of milestones achieved by the project management. Okay, they also used project management tools and techniques. Okay, with knowing or without knowing, we don't know exactly, but they used who architect of these famous locations or buildings. Okay, the importance of project management. Project management is application of knowledge, skills and tools, techniques, okay, to project activities to meet the project requirements. Project management is accomplished through the appropriate application and integration of the project. Project management enable organization to execute projects effectively and efficiently. Okay. So effective project management helps the individuals, groups and public and private organizations to meet business objectives, satisfy the stakeholder expectations, be more predictable, increase the chances of success, deliver the right product at the right time, resolve the problems and issues, okay, respond to the risks in a timely manner, optimize the use of organizational resources, manage the constraints, scope, quality, schedule, costs and resources, balance the influence of constraints on the project. Increased scope may increase cost or schedule, and manage change in a better manner. Okay. So effectively, project management helps the individuals to meet the business objectives, satisfy the stakeholder expectations. It's more help to predictable, increase the chances of success, deliver the right product to the right time, they resolve the problems and issues, respond to risk in a timely manner, optimize the use of organizational resources, manage the constraints, scope, quality, and schedule, costs and resources, balance the influence of constraint on the project, increase the scope, may increase the cost, schedule, and manage the change in a better manner. These are the most important thing of the project management. Poorly managed projects or the absence of the project management may result in missed deadlines. They never put the deadlines or they missed it. Cost overruns. Okay, over spending up for the project. Poor quality. They are not deliver the poor quality. Okay, rework. They are not. They are always doing the rework. Uncontrolled expansion of the project. Okay, we must have the no worth. Okay, loss of reputation for the organization, unsatisfied stakeholders, failure in achieving an objectives for which the project was undertaken. Okay, these are the things why the poor project managers are poorly managing. Project and development of life cycle. Project life cycle can be predictive or adaptive. With the project life cycle, there are generally one or more phases that are associated with the development of the product, service, or result. They are called the development life cycle. Project life cycle can be predictive or adaptive within a project life cycle. There are generally one or more phases that are associated with the development of the product, service, or result. Development life cycles can be predictive, iterative, incremental, adaptive, or hybrid model. Develop in a predictive life cycle, in project scope, time, and care, cost are determined in the early phase of the life cycle. That is called predictive. We are predicting the time, cost, scope, and uh, these are the things we are predicting for the people. In iterative life cycle, in a predictive life cycle, the project scope, time, and cost are determined in the early phases of the life cycle. Any changes to the scope are carefully managed. Predictive life cycle may also be referred to waterfall life cycle. Okay. The next one is an iterative life cycle. The project scope is generally determined early in the project life cycle, but time and cost estimate are routinely modified as the project team's understanding of the product increases. Okay, it's iterative, it's a process, continuous process. Okay, that is called the iterative model. Okay, so understanding the product increases. Iteration develop the product through a series of repeated cycles. Okay, so while increments successively add the functionality to the product. Incremental life cycle, the deliverable produced through a series of iterations that successively and functionality within the predetermined time frame. Okay, the deliverable contains the necessary and sufficient capability to be considered completely after the final iteration. Okay, adaptive life cycle or agile, iterative or incremental. This detailed scope is defined and approved before the start of an iteration. Okay. Adaptive life cycles are also referred to agile or change driven life cycle. Next one is hybrid life cycle, a combination of predictive and adaptive life cycle. Those elements of the project that are known or have fixed requirements. Predictive development life cycle and those elements that are still existing, evolving, follow and adaptive development of life cycle. Okay, hybrid. So these are the project life cycles. Okay. There are different project management methodologies and approaches. Most projects follow these stages. Initiating the project. First we do initiate. The project manager define what the project will achieve and realize, working with the project sponsor and stakeholder to agree the deliverable. Next one is planning. The project manager record all the tasks and assign the deadline for each well and stating the relationship and dependencies between each activity. That is called planning. Next one is execution. The project manager build the project team, and also collect and allocates the resources and budgets available to the specific tasks. Monitoring. The project manager oversees the project's progress of project work and update the project plan to reflect the actual performance. Closing. The project manager ensures the outputs delivered by the project are accepted by the business and closes down the project team. Okay, project initiation, requirement definition and planning, project execution, performance monitoring and cost control, and product closeout. Okay, these are the things we are doing. Project phases. A project phase is a collection of logically related project activities. Okay, that culminates in the completion of one or more deliverables. Okay, attitude may be measurable. Okay, and unique to a specific phases. Attributes may include but are not limited to phase A, phase B, phase 1, phase 2, proposal phase, duration 1 week, 1 month or 1 year, resource requirements. Okay, so entrance criteria for a project to move into that phase, specified documents are completed. Exit criteria for a project to complete the phases, documents approval, completed documents, completed deliverables. Project may be separated into distinct phases or subcomponents. These phases or subcomponents are generally given names that indicate the type of work done in the phase. Examples of phases include concept development, feasibility study, customer requirements, solution development, design, prototype, build, test, transition, commissioning, milestone review, and commercial lessons learned. Okay, what are that? Concept development, feasibility study, customer requirements, solution development, design, prototype, build, test, transition, commissioning, milestones review, and lessons learned. Okay, so these are the examples of phases of project. What is project manager? Project manager take ownership over the entirely of the project life cycle from start to finish. Okay, from directing team efforts to navigating day-to-day challenges, implementing the project management strategies, and more ultimately, they are responsible for successful completion of the project. Project manager take ownership, okay, over the entirely of the project life cycle from start to finish, from directing the team effort to navigating day-to-day challenges, okay, implementing the project management strategies, and more ultimately, they are responsible for the successful. Responsibilities of the project manager. Project managers are responsible for a wide range of project related duties but not limited to. Okay, so the project managers are responsible for a wide range of project related duties including but not limited to establishing and managing the project timeline, assigning the project tasks and delegating the responsibility to the team members, communicating with the key stakeholders, executing each phase of the project team. Facilitating team adaptation of project management aid and tools such as project management software and Notchart. Monitoring the project budget and project scope, preventing cost and scope overturn. Troubleshoot and mitigate the potential roadblocks and issues. Establishing set meeting schedule and facilitating their team members team discussions, monitoring ongoing project workers, establishing set meeting schedules and facilitating team discussions, monitoring ongoing project progress, concluding the project life cycle with the relevant end of project day responsibilities, including facilitating project reviews and turning over deliverables. Role of the project manager. Okay. The project manager is a person assigned by the performing organization to lead the team. The project manager responsible for achieving the project objectives.
The project manager reporting relationship based on the organization structure and project governance. In addition to any specific technical skills or general management proficiencies required for the project managers should have at least following attribute: knowledge about project management, the business environment, technical speeches, skills needed to effectively the project team, coordinate the work, collaborate with the stakeholders, coordinate the work, collaborate with stakeholders, and problem solve and make decisions. The ability to work, manage scope, schedule, budget, resources, risk plan, presentations, and the reports, and other attributes required to successfully manage the project, such as personality, attitude, ethics, and relationship. Project managers accomplish work through the project team and other stakeholders. Project managers rely on important interpersonal skills, including but not limited to leadership, team building, motivating, communicating, influencing, decision making, political and cultural awareness, negotiating, facilitating, managing conflict, and coaching. These are the skills for a role for the project manager. Essential skills for a project manager: soft skill: leadership, communication, teamwork, organization, time management, adaptability, decision making, emotional intelligence, and conflict resolution. Hard skills: knowledge of the project management methodologies, process management, risk management, financial management, understanding of relevant tools and what are the hard skills? Knowledge of project management methodologies, process management, risk management, understanding of financial management, understanding of relevant tools and techniques wherever, data visualization and scheduling. These are the skill sets for the project manager. Objectives of the project management: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, monitoring, controlling, innovation, representing. The objectives ensure timely completion of projects, meet the project schedule, maintaining the quality of the deliverables, ensuring the completion of the project in the given project, ensuring the customer satisfaction. These are the objectives of the project management.
Project knowledge management knowledge areas. Actually, there is a lot of there is 10 project knowledge management knowledge areas are there. The first one is integration management. Takes various project management processes and methodologies to create a strategy that helps the team works better together. Okay, we are integrating the projects teams to work with the project. So we must work with we must bring all together to integrate what are the tools and techniques, resources and teams, everything we must merge and we must integrate. So this is a integration management, work better teams to work together. The foster the teamwork and synchronizes the information for more clearly. The next one is scope management. We will see all the 10 knowledge areas with the tools and techniques later on. The next one is scope management. Project tasks, deliverables, and milestones are identified, defined, and controlled through the process that include and collecting stakeholders' requirements, creating the work breakdown structure, and the monitoring and managing the changes. These are the scope management. These are the tasks, the project tasks, what are the deliverables, milestones we have to achieve, and we must identify what are the milestones we have to achieve and what are the deliverables we have to deliver. Okay, what are the defined and controlled through the process that include collecting the stakeholder requirements. Okay, that is the scope management. And we are creating the work breakdown structure. Actually, we must break it into the chunks, right? Small tasks, easy to accomplish everyday tasks. So because the project is a very large volume, it's a vast sea, so we must break down, okay, break down the structure of projects. It will help to easily accomplish with the day-to-day activities. Okay, and the monitoring, we must monitor every day what the work done, what we have to do, everything. And managing the changes, what are the changes we have to do for the future. So everything under the scope management. The next one is schedule management. Details how the project schedule will be created, managed and monitored. Okay, the schedule management. And another one is another one name we will say time management. Okay, how the project schedule will be created, managed and monitored. We must assign the tasks with the particular time. Okay, we must provide the time bound for the every project, right? So sorry, every tasks. So we break down all the structure of the work, and we must provide the time schedule for the every work, right? So we must create and manage and monitor the tasks. Is a part of the planning stage of project management and create a realistic timeline to achieve the project goals. Okay, we must provide the timeline to achieve the project goals. So that is a schedule management. The next one is cost management. The process that manages the planning and controlling of costs related to project. This means collecting, analyzing, reporting on costs to forecast and monitor the project budget to keep from overspending. Actually, cost management is every day they are providing the monthly they will provide the salary to the employees. We must provide the we must buy the tools. We must arrange the systems, configuration settings. Okay, everything, right? So what are the need for the project to accomplish. So we must provide everything for the cost, right? So this is a cost management, controlling the costs, collecting, analyzing and reporting on costs to forecast. Okay, before that we must identify what are the cost will be spent for the project in the future, and monitor the project budget to keep from overspending. Okay, we are not supposed to overspend, right? The project manager also one of the he will allocate the costs, right? He will spend the money for the everything. So they will coordinate with the HR. So everything they will do with the cost management. Okay, how much they are spending for the project, the budget, overall budget of the project. Okay, quality management. Next one is the quality management, overseeing all activities related to creation of project deliverables to make sure that it meets the quality expectations. Okay, quality is most important thing. Okay, whatever we do, we must provide the work as a quality. Okay, so we must deliver the project with the best quality. What are the expectations of the client? So we must provide, right? The overall seeing activities related to the creation of project deliverables to make sure that it meets the quality expectations. This is done by continuing to measure the quality throughout the execution of the project. Okay, each and every step, each and every task we must provide with the quality. Okay, so throughout the execution of the project and correcting any deviations from the quality expectations. Okay, the project proposal blueprint that denote the way in which the project has been outlined in order to reach its completion. Okay, so we must provide with the best quality. Okay, notable, memorable, heroic act to make productive use of. Okay, that is the quality management. Next one is the human resource management. Human resource management is the management, HR managers, getting the most from the people, materials and equipment needed to execute your project by allocating and reallocating resources as needed. Actually, what are the people? The resource manager will allocate the resources. He will hire the managers team. Okay, he will hire the employees. He will allocate. The project managers will ask from the HR manager, these are the resources we required. So he will recruit. Okay, recruit the managers and and also what are the materials required, what are the equipments, what are the systems, okay, whatever they need, everything to execute the project, okay, by allocating and reallocating the resources as needed. Okay, this is the human resource management. Next one is the communication management. Various process used to deliver clear messages in a project. Communication is the most important thing. Actually, most of the time, 80 to 90% of the time, the project manager is communicating, because they are communicating with the team, they are communicating with the stakeholders, they are communicating with the client. So they always communicate. Okay, what we have to achieve, what we have achieved so far. Okay, they will discuss always. They are doing the meeting always. They are talking with the clients. Okay, so the communication is the most important thing in the project management. Various processes used to deliver clear messages in a project. It involves the creation of channels, frequency, and correct messaging to make sure they are received in a timely manner and understood. Okay, so various processes used to deliver clear messages. We must clearly communicate whatever we do, what is our requirement. Okay, what we have accomplished, everything. Okay, so creation of channels, frequency, and correct messaging to make sure they are received in a timely manner and understood. This is the communication management. The next one is risk management. The risk management. The risk management is, sorry to interrupt you. Risk management is identifying, evaluating, and preventing and mitigating the risks in your project. Actually, mitigating to cause to become less harsh. Okay, we must make everything easy to do. Okay, so we must do everything easy to do. We must allocate the time. So we, as a small chunks, small tasks, we must without the risk. Okay, we are make everything not complicated. Okay, so we make everything easier to accomplish day-to-day activities. Okay, we must allocate there is enough time to accomplish the tasks. Okay, to avoid our positive risks to exploit. Okay, notable is a memorable and heroic act to make productive use of. That is called the exploit. Okay, so that is the risk management. We identifying and evaluating and preventing or mitigating the risks in your project. Okay, we must identify, we must evaluate, we must prevent, and we must mitigating the risks in your project. That is called the risk management. Procurement management, building and maintaining the relationship with the external resources required in your project. Okay, so the procurement is the most important thing. Building and maintaining the relationship with the project management, that is the most important thing. Okay, so the external resources required in your project, these include vendors that sell product and services that are needed to meet the project objectives. To obtain a particular care and effort, procurement. Okay, we must provide the care, we must put the effort to obtain a particular task or a particular project to get. Okay, that is called the procurement. The next one is stakeholder management. The stakeholder management is identifying project stakeholders, determining their expectations and influence, and then developing the strategies to manage them and keep them updated on progress. Stakeholders, we saw already a lot of stakeholders, clients, okay, project team members, project managers, okay, customers, okay, whatever maybe, whoever maybe the stakeholder, we must identifying the project stakeholders, determining their expectations, what is their expectations,
and influence. We must influence them and then develop the strategy to manage them and keep them updated on progress. Okay. We must communicate each and every day. Okay. So once actually now they are most of the project managers, projects used their agile. Okay, every deliverable as a sprint. Okay, so they will once one sprint is completed, they will show to the client. They will provide the demo to the client. Okay, it will keep updated, and also it will really helpful to rectify our errors, mistakes, and we will get the clear communication with the client, and we will have the clear requirements. Okay, everything is going fine. It will really helpful to the if you communicate with the stakeholder. Okay, so this is the stakeholder management. So that are the uh, 10 knowledge areas. Okay, we will do in the project management. Okay, the project management phase is how to manage a project step by step. Above we identified the 5 stages of the project management life cycle. Now it's the time to put them information to practical use. The first we have to do is the project initiation. Okay, this is the starting phase where the project manager must prove that the project has value and is feasible through the series of project management documents. Here is the most important ones. Okay, so the first initial stage is we must do manage the documents. We must document everything. Okay, what we are going to do in future. Okay, so we must make as a document. First we must do the business case. Okay, the business case justifies the need for the project objectives and return on investment. The business case have the project objectives and need of the project and return on investment. What is the return on investment on the project? Okay, the next one is feasibility study. Okay, so the feasibility study proves that the project can be executed within a reasonable time and cost. Okay, the reasonable time and cost, that is the feasibility study, executed within a reasonable time and cost. Okay, we are not able to take over time because we have to spend for the money for the resources. Okay, so we must have the time bound to accomplish the project, so we must provide the enough cost. Okay, we are not able to overspend our cost for our organizational cost. Okay, so we must spend the enough correctly. We must spend the money. Okay, we are not able to overspend, and also we are not able to overspend our time also. So that is a feasibility study. The next one is assemble the project team. Resources are needed to execute any project before the project schedule can be made. Okay, a project team must be created. This creating a job descriptions, roles, and responsibilities. All of the all this information can be put into the team chapter. Okay, we must assemble the team. Okay, how many managers are required? How many team leads are required? How many team members? Each team have the team members. Okay, so what are the, because it have the multiple components in the project, we must have the multiple teams, right? So multiple teams should work to accomplish within a time frame. Okay, depends upon the client requirement. Okay, so we must assemble the project team. Okay, the next one, set up the project management office. This is the most important in PMO office. The project management office is usually in a physical space set up for the project manager and support staff, so that the infrastructure for the project management office include having project management software and any equipment needed. Okay, so we must set the office also. Okay, so everybody have the team, so they must manage within the space, right? If any problem, any meeting, any requirement changes, any new requirements, so we must discuss, we must contact with the particular person, we must have the PMO. Okay, so we must meet the manager very often to discuss. Okay, so that's why we have to set up the project management office. The next one is kickoff meeting agenda. This project management stage culminates in a project kickoff meeting where the project team and the project stakeholders are brought together to agree upon project goals and objectives, scope and timeline. Okay, we must do the kickoff meeting. Okay, we must have very often the meeting to set up the project. Okay, the initial. Okay, there should be, we must run the project very smoothly. We must start very smooth. Okay, very consistently we must work on. Okay, so we must set a kickoff meeting every day. Okay, like a scrum master. Okay, in the agile framework we have the scrum master. Every day they meet with 5 to 10 minutes meeting. What we have to do for the today, what we are going to achieve. Okay, end of the day, these are the tasks should be complete. So we have the kickoff meetings every day. Okay, the next one is some steps in the initiation phase include communicating with stakeholders to understand the purpose and desired outcome of the project. Okay, we must communicate stakeholders to understand the purpose and desired outcome of the project. What we are going to do, we must communicate with the stakeholder. What will be the desired outcome? Okay, result. What we will achieve. So with that the things we must show to the stakeholders. Identifying the project scope. Okay, the next one is we must identify the project scope. Okay, determining the SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time bound. Okay, this order we must identify the scope of the project. Clarifying resources like budget and time and constraints. We must clarify in the initialization stage. Okay, budget, what is the how much money for the project and how much time constraints will be available for to accomplish this project. So everything we must discuss in the initialization stage. The next one, confirming the team size. Okay, so we must confirm the team size and roles required. Who are going to lead? How many managers are required? So everything we must check. Determining how often and which stakeholders will be involved throughout the project. Okay, who will be the contact person with the client side? Okay, so we are not going to meet all the clients who are all working in the organization in the client side. They will provide the contact person. He will clearly communicate. They may be very experienced in the project, in the organization. So what is their requirement? He will know everything. So that's that person is a contact person. He will discuss. Okay, he will provide documents to what are the requirements. So we must involve throughout the project. That person will be communicating throughout the entire project. Okay, compiling a project proposal and charter. Project charter. We must compile. We must create the project charter. Okay. So next, tools and documents used in the initialization space can be include project proposal. The project proposal define a project and outline key dates, requirements and goals. We must have the project proposal to the client. They must approve. These are the requirements. These are our requirements. Okay, you can start the work. So we must communicate with the project proposal to the stakeholders. Project charter. This is a definitive document that describes the project and main details necessary to reach its goals. This can include the potential risks, benefits, constraints, and key stakeholders. The project charter have the document that describe the project. Okay, the overall description, what we are going to do in the future with this project. That's called the project charter. The next one is RACA, RACI chart. A RACI chart plot the role and responsibilities of members on a project team. Okay, so it's a useful tool clarify and roles and responsibilities. That's called the RACI, called responsible, accountable, consulted and informed. That's called the RACI chart. Okay, what is that? Responsible, accountable, consulted and informed. Okay, that chart plot the roles and responsibilities of members on a project team. Okay, so the next one is Project planning. You will establishing your budget, timelines, and milestones, and sources, materials, and necessary documents. This step also involves calculating and predicting the risks, putting change processes into place, and outlining communication protocols. If the initialization phase is assembling your troops, the planning phase is deciding what to do with them. Okay, you will have the establish the budget, timeline, and milestones, and the source materials are necessarily documented. Okay, we must document it. Okay, we must predicting the calculating and predicting the risks. This is the planning stage, and putting the changes processes into place, and outlining communication protocols. Communication protocols. We must have the communication protocol. If the initialization phase is assembling your troops. Troops means not army troops. Our employees are the troops. Okay, they are going to work with us. Okay, the planning phase is deciding what to do with them. The next one is project schedule. The project schedule define a timeline for the execution of tasks and resources allocation. Okay, the project schedule, the timeline, execution of tasks and resources allocation. That is called the schedule. Project managers need to constantly monitor the project schedule with the tasks management and time tracking tool. There is a lot of time tracking, project tracking tools are available in the market. Via online we will do. Okay, so we must schedule and we must manage. Okay, we must track. Okay, that is the project schedule. Next one is a project budget. A project budget is the sum of all the estimated costs. Project managers need to control the cost so that they need to exceed it. Okay, they don't exceed it. Okay, so they must control the costs. Okay, that is the most important thing. Every day they must calculate, estimate. Okay, they must control the budget. Okay, the next one is work breakdown structure, WBS. Yeah, WBS is a project planning tool that allow the project managers to visualize all the activities, milestones, and deliverables in the project scope and prioritize them. Okay, work breakdown structure, we will help to work breakdown structure. A WBS is a project planning tool that allows the project managers to visualize all the activities, milestones, deliverables in their project scope and prioritize them. Okay, these are the things we will do in the project planning. Next one is scope management plan. Explains how your project scope will be controlled throughout the project to avoid the scope creep. Okay, space or opportunity for unhampered or motion activity or a thought, that is called the scope creep. Okay, the next one is risk management plan. That contains a risk register. Okay, where all the potential risks are listed along with the risk owners and the risk mitigation strategies that would be implemented for each of them. Okay, so that is called the risk management. Okay, so we must listed along with the risk owner and risk mitigation. Okay, we must have the mitigation to make less serve as a painful, less painful to the project. Very smoothly we must run the project, right? So we must eradicate, we must identify the risks to resolve the risks. Okay, so now we must allocate the risk owners, they will manage the risks. Okay, resource management plan, describe how your resources will be obtained, allocated and managed throughout the project. That's called the resource management plan. Stakeholder management plan identifies all the project managers, prioritize them and explain the communication channels and the conflict resolution strategies to be used. Okay, stakeholder management identify all the project stakeholders, prioritize them, we must prioritize them and explain the communication channel and conflict resolution strategies to be used. Okay, that is called the stakeholder management plan. Project managers often lay out their project plan using the Gantt chart software. which provide a visual representation of the entire project schedule and project scope. Some Gantt chart automatically identify the critical path activities. Okay, it's a project management tool that displays the project plan and track its process so far. So far, how much we have achieved, what we have to achieve in the future. That chart will be show. That is called the stakeholder management plan. Identify the project stakeholder, develop the communication strategy, perform the risk and change impact analysis, execute the plan, and evaluate the success. Okay. The planning phase can be include the following steps. Deciding on milestones that lead up to the goal completion. Okay, the planning stage only, we are deciding what is the milestone to achieve, lead up to goal completion. Developing a schedule for tasks and milestones, including time estimate and potential time buffer. Okay, so we are developing the schedule for each and every task. What is the milestone we have to achieve and time estimates. Okay, potential time buffer. Actually, there is a lot of buffer time we record because the holidays will come. Okay, the employee may take leave. So depends upon the time frame. We must allocate the time also. So we must have the time buffer. Okay, so we must have the time buffer. We must allocate the time buffer also every project. Estimate the change process. We are estimating the change process in case client will provide the change, record a change. We must have the change process also. Okay, we must allocate the time frame. Okay, we must plan accordingly. Determining how and how often communicate with the team members and stakeholders. Okay, very often or once in a week or once in a month we must accomplish. Actually, team members we meet every day, but stakeholders we must very often we must at least a month once in a month we must communicate whatever we have accomplished. We must communicate with the stakeholders. Creating and signing documents such as non-disclosure agreements NDAs or request for proposal RFPs. Okay, creating signing documents, non-disclosure agreements and request proposal. These are the things in the planning stage. Assessing and managing the risks by creating the risk register. We must have the risk register. Okay, whatever we have the risk, we face the risk, we must register it. Otherwise, if in case once we resolve, it will really helpful for the future, right? The same risk will come in the future also. That time it will really helpful to refer what we done while this risk arise before that. Okay, it will really helpful to register. Okay, holding a kickoff meeting to the start project. Okay, so we must do the project kickoff meetings. Tools you might use in this phase include Gantt chart, a horizontal bar chart which members can see what tasks must be completed in what order and how long each expected to take. Okay, the chart will helpful to what are the tasks must be completed, what order, how long we will take to accomplish the task, everything in the Gantt chart. Okay, risk register, a chart that lists the risks associated with the project along with their probability, potential impact, risk level and mitigation plan. Okay, this is the register. Okay, risk register. Okay, what are that? Yeah, risks associated with the project along with their probability. Okay, what is the probability? The chance that given even occur. How much, how long it will take to resolve that issue. Okay, everything. The probability of the risk and the potential impact. What will be the impact it will create in the project? That will we must identify. And the risk level. Is a high or low or a medium. What is the level of the risk? At mitigation plan. Okay, to make what is it will make any serious problem. So we must identify, mitigate. Okay, or we must make less. Okay, we are not able to make very complicated, we must make less. Okay, everything in the tools. Next stage is project execution. Executing a project means putting your plan into action and keeping them team on track. Generally, this means tracking and measuring the progress, managing the quality, mitigating the risk, and managing the budget, and using the data to inform your decisions. Okay, so executing a project means putting your plan into action, okay, and keeping the team on track. Okay, we must initiated the project, we planned the project, next we are going to execute the project. This stage we are going to work. Okay, so this stage we are going to work, so we must assign the tasks to the project team. Okay, so we will do that. Okay, so managing the budget and using the data inform your decisions. Specific test steps might include using tool like Gantt or burn down chart to track progress on tasks. Okay, use a Gantt chart. Okay, they help to track the progress on tasks, how much we completed. Okay, everything. Responding to risks when they manifest. Okay, so in case any risk available, we must identify. Okay, and we must manifest it. Recording the costs, we must record the costs, everything in the execution stage. Keeping team members motivated on task. Okay, we must motivate. Okay, so in case they are new to the project, okay, new to the domain, so we must motivate them to do. Okay, so next one is keeping stakeholders informed or progress. Okay, so this stage team members stakeholders informed of the progress. Okay, the next one is task management. Project managers and team members need to manage their tasks. This involves monitoring and responding to make sure the task is being executed within the time frame of boards are two popular tools for task management. Task management, project managers and the team members need to manage their tasks. Whatever they allocated, they will manage their tasks. Okay, this involves monitoring and reporting to make sure the task is being executed within the time frame, the planned schedule. Okay, task listers and Kanban boards are two popular tools task management. Okay, so there is a tool. Okay, Kanban board. Okay, task list, everything we have. Okay, to identify the tasks. Okay, they will stick into the board. Okay, or they list down the board. Okay, so we will watch every day. In case we have any doubt, so we will discuss. We will know what we have to do today. Okay, how much we accomplished, what we have to accomplish in the future. Okay, that is the task management. Resource planning, cost estimation, cost budgeting, cost control. Okay, this is a project execution. Mission statement, procurement strategy, okay, risk identification, project control, resource planning, project acceptation approach, design phase, scope, project construction plan, commissioning, validation plan. These are the project execution plan. Schedule management. Once schedule is created, it must be monitored through the project execution. Okay, to make sure it stay on track. Okay, once the time is allocated for to do the task, we must track it. Proper schedule management chart a path to keep task progress, goals, priorities, and deadlines matching with the schedule. Okay, so we must watch every day. Okay, how much we have completed. Okay, it will really help to complete on time. Okay, so we must schedule, we must track. Okay, the cost management schedule is planned. So 2 is a budget, but that doesn't mean the job is done. Okay, so as anyone with the wallet knows, money has the tendency to disappear. Project cost must be controlled to keep them within agreed budget. Okay, we must allocate it, so we must control the cost we must accomplish the project within the time frame with the money. Okay, that is the most important that we learn from the cost management. Quality management. Deliverable should be produced on time, within the project budget, but if the quality is lacking them, the project isn't successful. Okay, so we must have a success. Okay, but we must provide the best quality to success of the project. Therefore, make sure whatever success criteria and quality requirements have been set by the project stakeholders is being met. Okay, change request need review, change planning, change approval, change implementation, change review, and change closure. This is a state. Okay. So next one is change management. Broadly, change management is a process for improving business, process, budget allocation, and operations in an organization. When applied to the project management, the focus is narrowed to the project itself and controlling changes in scope during the execution phase. Okay. The change management is the most important thing. Okay, so we must apply the project management focus narrowed to budget, project itself, and controlling the changes in scope during the project execution phase. Okay, we must correct it while doing the execution. Okay, otherwise it will be a burden for the future. Okay, whatever the changes, in case if you deliver one part of the project, so the client will be give the lot of change requests, right? So we must correct it to move on to the next phase. Okay, procurement. Okay, next one is few in the is the project that can be done without having the to purchase. Okay, this rent or contract with the outside resources. This process is called procurement. Okay, purchase, rent, or contract with the outside resources. That's called the procurement. Managing relationship with vendors and suppliers is what procurement management is all about. Okay, the next one is resource management. Resources are anything needed to get the project done. That include the team, supplies, equipment, materials. Okay, resources planning say includes the roles and responsibilities for the team, what they will need to, where they will be working. Next one is team collaboration. Once the execution of the project begins, the planning leads the way, but the team members need to have the tools to work together so they can stay in a close communication. Okay, team collaboration can be facilitated, okay, by team member building and exercises and tools that connect team members whether they are in the same office or working remotely. Okay, so the team collaboration is very important. Okay, we must stay with our team always to accomplish the project very smoothly. Okay, we must discuss, we must exercise, we must connect. Okay, along the way, the project manager will reallocate the resources or adjust the time frame and scope as needed, keep the team working. In addition, they will identify the mitigate risks, okay, deal with the problems and incorporate any changes. Okay, so the project manager reallocate the resources. Okay, once the project is someone is very busy with other thing, they will reallocate. Okay, so rather if they will work with very efficient, they also will allocate the tasks to the efficient person to accomplish the task. Okay, some tools you might be use. Change requests. There are documents used to propose changes to a project scope or goals. Burn down chart. This chart breaks down the tasks granular level and visualize the amount of time remaining. Okay. Next one is project monitoring and control. Okay. The fourth project management phase, project monitoring and control, take place concurrently with the execution phase of the project. Okay, it involves monitoring the progress and performance of the project to ensure it stay on schedule and within the budget. Okay, monitoring the cost and time, allocate the whatever we allocated for the project. Okay, what they do, we must watch the resources. Quality control procedures are applied to guarantee the quality assurance. Okay. Reporting is also the critical part of the project management phase. Okay. First, it allows the project managers to track stakeholders during the presentation. Okay. Keep them in the loop. There are many project managers report such as project status also, timesheets, workload, allocation, and expense reports. These are the things in the project monitoring stage. Next one is project closure. The fifth project management phase is project closure, in which the final project deliverables are presented to the stakeholder. Once approved, resources are released, documentation is completed, and everything is signed off on. Okay. So step in the closing stage. Okay. Conducting the retrospective and take notes of changes you can implement in the future. Okay. Communicating to the stakeholder of the end of the project and providing the impact report. Okay. So we must communicate with the stakeholder. Okay. What we have delivered. We are going to deliver as a project. Communicating with the new owners of your project is in case of any new owner, we must communicate. Creating the project closure report, closeout report. We must have the project closeout report. Celebrating the end of the project and your success. Yeah, the project is completed successfully. We must have the project's completion. Uh, meet meet with every team members. We must celebrate. Okay, with the stakeholders, team members, with organization. Okay. So start initialization phase, understanding the project goals, deadlines, prioritize and associated risks. Planning phase, overview of tasks and timeline needed to execute the project. Execution phase, execute the project plan. And monitoring and performance phase, monitoring the performance of the project. Closure phase, analyze and summarize the result. Okay. So these are the stages of project management. Here are some of the main steps for the project management phases. Transfer deliverables, the project about producing the final deliverable that marks the end of the project execution and the beginning of the project close. Therefore, make sure all the project deliverables are identified, completed, and handed off to the proper party. Okay, you will contact, we will handle over to the project to the client. Confirm completion. At this stage, confirmation is needed for all the stakeholders, clients, even the project team. Okay, that means sign-offs. So there is no confusion and last minute change requests. Okay, that is a confirmation. Confirm completion. Okay, we must confirm all the stakeholders, clients, even the project team. That means signing off. There is no confusion and last minute change requests in the project. So we confirmed it's completed very successfully like that. Review the documentation. Usually the project manager is responsible going overall contract and documentation to make sure everything has been okay and signed off on. Okay, these are the task steps. Release resources. Before a project completed, the team, any contract worker, rentals must be officially released. Okay, have a process in place. Okay, notify and make sure everyone is paid off. That is the most important thing. Okay, before we deliver the project, we must provide to the client, pay to the client. Okay, our employees. Do a project completion. A project completion is when the finished project is analyzed to note what worked and what didn't. This is a great way to repeat the successes and repair the mistakes for the next project. Don't forget to celebrate them, they deserve it. Okay, do the project completion. Now we have learned about the project management life cycle. Let's take a look in the project management approaches. Tools used in the closing phase include. Okay, So impact report. This report compiles series of matrices and that showcase how your project made a difference and presented to your stakeholder. Okay, everybody is doing different, right? What the impact it's going to create in the future for the client. Okay, as a business tool. Okay, why they are getting the project? Okay, why they are doing the project? Why their client is secured the project? Because it really helpful for the business growth. Okay, they are going to earn a lot. They are also going to manage the tasks very perfectly. So depends upon the purpose. We are going to provide the very perfect, okay, project. Okay, it will make the very impact. Next one is project closure report. A project closure report provides summary of your project accomplishments. Okay, the project summary. Okay, and provide the key learning for future project managers to reference. Okay, provide the key learning for future reference, and provide the project managers to reference. So these are the stages of project management. Okay, the next one is factors to consider when choosing the project management methodology. Okay, what are the factors we must see? Okay, so project timeline. The first one is the project timeline. Complexity of the project. What are the risks? Okay, complexity of the project. Project budget. We have the enough money to do the project. Resource requirement. We have the enough resources to allocate the project. Stakeholder involvement. How the stakeholder will be involved. Industry. Okay, what industry we are working. What the requirement of the industry. These are the things we must consider before choosing the project. Okay, we are define the before we sign off the contract. When to choose the project management methodology? Okay, when to choose? The project scope is defined, project costs are calculated, stakeholders needs are defined, identified the costs, conflict and dependencies are identified and removed, and all tasks follow the same methodology and approach. So these are the things when choose the project management methodology. How to choose the right project management methodology? In order to choose the right methodology, you must first understand the goal of your project and the resources you have to focus on the project. Okay, the first thing before we start the project management methodology, okay, before you make a decision on which methodology to use, you want to collect all the pertinent information for your project and determine what is the most important factor, uh, such as speed, iteration, repetition and cost. Okay, assess your project need. Start by gathering information about the goals and resources of your project. Making a clear outline of your project needs will make it easier to specifications the best. Collect the following information: budget, time frame, timeline, company structure, project objectives, customer details, project complexity, roles and team members, and stakeholders. These are the things we are going to really helpful to choose the right project management methodology. Okay, here is how you can choose the best project management methodology for your projects. Determine the variable that will drive the project. Okay, what are the variables? Next, compare those variables to your project goals. Okay, we must compare our project management goals with the variables. Identify the matrices that the methodology will impact. We must identify the matrices and the methodology will impact. The next one is compare all the project management methodologies with one another and then decide which management methodology is the right fit for your project. Okay, so project management methodology is one another, and they decide which project management methodology is the right fit for your project. These are the things we must identify. Identify which project management methodology has the highest risk and which management methodology help you to achieve the best result. Okay, which one is the highest risk? It will provide the highest risk. With which management methodology help you to achieve the best result? These things we must consider before choose the project management methodology. Take your team members on board and involve them decision making process. Consult with them about Take your team members on board and involve them in the decision making process. Consult with them about which project management methodology you should choose. Okay, so these things we must show to our client. Document the project management methodology that you are planning to implement. We must document it. Apply the methodology to the project and measure its performance. We must apply it. We must measure its performance. With the information in hand, you can compare it to the different methodologies. These are the constraints we must consider before choose. Okay, we must compare it to the different methodologies. Okay, to see which might be best fit. One thing to keep in mind is that you don't have to apply all the single methodology. You just select few. We must compare it and choose the best one. It depends upon your requirements, depends upon your cost, depends upon your time frame. As each methodology is intended to address specific goals like quality, efficiency, and cost reduction methodology with your project costers. Okay, project goals. For instance, selecting the lean methodology isn't the best choice if quality is the top priority. Agile would be better option because it intended to produce the high level of quality in the project. Okay. Project management methodologies. There is a lot of project management methodologies in the market. So which one is PMBOK? PMI, PMBOK, Agile, Prince2, Critical Path Method, Adaptive Project Management Framework, and SPRISM, Critical Chain Project Management, Scrum, Kanban, Spiral, Rapid Application Development, Six Sigma, Waterfall, Lean, Extreme Programming, New Product Introduction, Package Enabled Re-engineering, Crystal, Rational. Okay, Spiral, Rapid Application Development, Six Sigma, and Waterfall, Lean, Extreme Programming, New Product Introduction, Packaged Enabling Re-engineering, Crystal, Rational Unified Process, Outcome Mapping. These are the great project management methodologies for your projects. So you just choose the best one to accomplish your project. Okay, project business case. Okay, the project business case is a documented economic feasibility study used to establish the validity of the benefit. Okay, so the business case listed the objectives and reasons for the project initiation. It helps measure the project success at the end of the project against the project objectives. The business case is a project business document that is used throughout the project lifecycle. The business case may be used before the project initiation and may result in a go-on, no group decision for the project. A needs assessment often precedes the business case. The needs assessment involves understanding the business goals and objectives, issues and opportunities, and recommending proposals to address them. The result of the needs assessment may be summarized in the business case document. Okay. The process of defining the business need, analyzing the situation, making recommendations, and defining evaluation. So, okay, a business criteria is capable of any organization project. A business case may include but is not limited to documenting the following. What are the business need? Determine of what is promoting the need for the action. The first one. Situational statement documenting the business problem or opportunity to be addressed, including the value to be delivered to the organization. identification of stakeholder affected, and identification of the scope. These are the things in the project scope. Example of criteria, categories used for analysis of a situation. Required this criteria that is required to be fulfilled to address the problem or opportunity. Desire, this is a criterion that is desired to be fulfilled to address the problem or opportunity. Optional, this is a criteria that is essential, not essential. Fulfillment of the criterion may become a differentiator between alternative course of action. Identification of set of options to be considered for addressing the business problem or opportunity. Options are alternative courses of action that may be taken by the organization. Options may be also described as a business scenarios. For example, a business case could present the following three options. Do nothing. This is also referred to as a business as usual option. Selection of this option result in the project not being authorized. Do the minimum work possible to address the problem or opportunity. The minimum may be established by identifying the set of documented criteria that are key in the addressing the problem or opportunity. Do more than the minimum work possible to address the problem or opportunity. This option meet the minimum set of criteria and some or all of the other documented criteria. There may be more than one of these options documented in the business cases. Okay, these are the examples of criteria categories used for analysis the situation. Okay, project benefits management plan. The project benefit management plan is a document that describes how and when the benefits of the project will be delivered and describe the mechanism that should be in the place to measure those benefits. Okay, what is the benefit they are going to get? Okay, as a stakeholder, as a client. Okay, the project benefit is defined as an outcome of actions, behaviors, product, services, or results that provide the value that sponsoring organization as well as to the project intended beneficiaries. Development of the benefits management plan begins early in the project life cycle with the definition of the target benefits to be realized. Okay. The benefits management plan describe the key elements. Okay. So the benefits may include, but it's not limited to documenting the following. Target benefit. What are the benefits? The expected tangible and intangible value to be gained by the implementation of the project. Financial value is expressed as a net present value. Okay. Strategic alignment. How will the project benefits align to the business strategies of the organization? Time frame for realizing the benefit. Okay. Benefits by phase, short term, long term, and ongoing. What are the time frame for the project? Benefits owner. The accountable person to monitor, record, and report realized benefits throughout the time frame established in the plan. Okay, that is the benefits of the owner. Matrices. The measure to be used to show benefits realized, direct measures, and indirect measure. Okay, and assumptions. Factors expected to be in the place or to be in evidence, and risks. Risks for realization of benefits. The project success measure. The next one is how we are going to measure the success. One of the most common challenges in the project management is determining whether or not a project is successful. Traditionally, the project management matrices of time, cost, scope, and quality have been the most important factor in defining the success of the project. Okay. So more recently, practitioners and scholars have determined that project successes should also be measured with the consideration toward achievement of the project objectives. Project stakeholders may have different ideas as to what the successful completion of project
will look like and which factors are most important. It is the criteria to clearly document the project objectives and to select objectives that are measurable. The three questions that key stakeholders and the project manager should answer. Okay, what does success look like for the project? How will success be measured? What factors may impact the success? Okay, the project manager should answer these questions. The answers to those questions should be documented and agreed upon by the key stakeholders and the project managers. Okay, project success may include additional criteria linked to the organizational strategy and to the delivery of business results. Okay, next one. These project objectives may include, but are not limited to, completing the project benefits management plan, meeting the agreed upon financial measure, documented in the business cases. These financial measures may include, but are not limited to. Okay. Next one is net present value. The next one is net the measure the profit of the organization or the project. Next one is the project measure success net present value NPV used to calculate the current value of a future stream of the payments from a company or investment. That is called the net present value. What is that? Used to calculate the current value of the future stream of the payments from a company or an investment. That is called the net present value. Return on investment ROI. Okay, the ratio of net profit over the total cost of the investment. That is called the return on investment. Internal rate of return IRR. The annual rate of growth that an investment is expected to generate. IRR is calculated the same concept as net present value. Okay, except it's a set of the NPV equal to 0. Okay, that is called the internal rate of the return. Okay, the next one is payback period. Okay, the number of years required to recover the original cash investment. Okay, initially we will do lot of lot of investment for the project team, for the stakeholders and systems and resources. Okay, after finish the project only we will get the payment. Okay, so what is the payback period? How long it will require to get all the investments as well as the return on investment? Okay, so that is called the payback period. Okay, so the payback, the number of years required to recover the original cash investment, the period of time at the end of which a machine, facility or the other investment has produced the sufficient net revenue recover its investment costs. Okay, the next one is benefit cost ratio PCR. Okay, this is called the net revenue recover is the investment cost, that is called the benefit cost. Okay, so these are the these also help to measure the project success. Next one is meeting the business case non-financial objectives. Okay, so completing the movement of an organization from its current state to the desired future state. Okay, what is the current state of the project and what is the desired state we are going to achieve in the organization? Fulfilling the contract terms and conditions. Okay, we are going to have the contract with that client. So what are the terms and conditions to fulfill the contract? Meeting the organizational strategy goals and objectives. Okay, what are the organizational strategy? We must align with the project. Okay, achieving the stakeholder satisfaction. The most important thing is we must achieve the project stakeholder satisfaction. Otherwise, in future we are not able to deal with the client, so we are not get the project in future. So we must satisfy our customer, our client, our stakeholder. Acceptable customer and end user adoption. We must accept it, whatever their requirements. Okay. Integration of deliverables into the organization operating environment.
Okay. Operating environment, we must deliverable. Integration, we must integrate it. Achieving agreed upon quality on delivery. Okay, we must provide the quality of delivery. Achieving other agreed upon success measure of criteria. Process throughput. Okay, these are the things for the measure, help to measure our success of the project. Enterprise environmental factor, internal and external to the organization. Okay, organizational culture, structure and governance. Example include vision, mission, values, benefits, culture, norms, leadership style, hierarchy and authority relationship, organizational style, ethics and code of conduct. These are the enterprise environmental factors, internal. Next one is that is called the organizational culture, structure and governance. Geographic distribution of facilities and resources. Okay, geographic means that is the belonging to the particular region. Okay, so the example include factory location, organizational location, virtual teams, shared system and cloud computing, everything. That is called the geographical distribution or facilities and resources. Next one is infrastructure. Example include existing facilities, equipment, organizational telecommunication channels, informational technology hardware, availability and capacity. These are the things are infrastructure. Information technology software. Examples include scheduling software tools, configuration management systems, web interfaces to other online automated systems, and work authorization systems. These are the information technology softwares. Okay. The next one is resources availability. Example include contracting, purchasing the constraints, approved, providers and subcontractors and collaboration agreements. These are the resource availability. Employee capability. Examples include existing human resources expertise, skills, competencies and specialized knowledge. Actually, if the project is someone is working very previous, they have the most experience. Okay, so what are the capability of the employee? Okay, so these are the internal organizational environmental factors. What are that? Organizational culture, structure and governance. It have the mission and vision values. Geographical distribution of facilities and resources. It have the location, virtual team and shared system and cloud computing. Infrastructure, communication channel, information technology, hardware availability, capacity, everything. Information technology software. What are the tools and configuration management system, web interfaces, online automated systems, authorization systems, everything. That is called the information technology software. Resources availability. Okay, what are the resources? Purchasing, constraints, contracting, approved provider and subcontractor collaboration agreements. That is what are the resources availability. Or we must get the resources from the outside, or we must have the contract with the client. Okay. Employee capability. Examples: existing human resources, expertise, skills, competencies and specialized knowledge. So these are the internal organization enterprise environmental factors. The next one is external factors. Marketplace condition. We must look at the marketplace, include the competitors, market share, brand recognition and trademark. So we must look externally. Social and cultural influences and issues. Example include the political climate, code of conduct, ethics and perceptions. These are the cultural influences and issues. Legal restrictions. Example of include country or local laws and regulations related to security, data protection, business contact, employment or procurement. These are the legal restrictions. Okay. Next one is commercial databases. Examples include benchmarking results, standardized cost estimating data, industry risk, study information, and risk databases. These are the commercial database. Academic research. Examples include industry studies, publications, and benchmarking results. These are the academic research. Government or industry standard. Examples include regulatory agency regulations and standards related to product, production, environment, quality, and workmanship. Government, industry, or standard. Financial constraints. Example include currency exchange rates, interest rate, inflation rates, tariffs, and geographic location. This is the financial consideration. Physical environmental elements. Examples include working conditions, weather, or constraint. These are the external environmental factors we must consider uh, before start the project, while doing the project. Organizational governance framework. Governance is the framework within which authority is exercised in organization. This framework includes but not limited to rules, policies, procedures, norms, relationship, systems, and processes. Okay, this framework influences how objectives of the organization are set and achieved. Risk is monitored and assessed, and performance is optimized. Management elements are components that comprise the key functions or principles of general management in the organization. The general management elements are allocated within the organization according to its governance framework and the organizational structure type selected. The key functions of principles or principles of management include but are not limited to division of work using specialized skills and availability to work, authority given to perform work, responsibility to work appropriately assigned based on such attributes or skills and expertise, discipline of action, respect of authority, people, and rules, unity of command. Only one person gives orders for any action or activity to an individual. Unity of direction. One plan, okay, and a head for a group activities with the same objective. General goals of the organization take precedence over individual goals. Paid fairly for work performed, optimal use of resources, clear communication channels, right materials to the right person for the right job at the right time, and fair and equally treat the people in the workplace, clear security of work positions, safety of people in the workplace, open communication to planning and execution by each person, and optimal moral. These are the governance framework of organization. Factors in organizational structure selection. Each organization considers numerous factors. Inclusion in its organizational structure. Each factor may carry a different level of importance in the final analysis. The combination of the factor, its value, and relative importance provides the right organization decision marker with the right information for inclusion in the analysis. Factors to consider in selecting an organizational structure include but not limited to degree of alignment with the organizational objectives, specialization capabilities, span of control, efficiency, and effectiveness, clear path for escalation of decisions, clear line and scope of authority, delegation capabilities, accountability assignment, responsibility assignment, adaptability of design, simplicity of design, efficiency of performance, cost considerations, physical locations, collocated regional and virtual, and clear communication, policies, status of work, and organization's vision. These are the factors in organizational structure selection. Strategic and business management skills. Strategic and business management skills involves the ability to see the high level and overview of the organization and effectively negotiate and implement the decisions and action that support the strategic alignment and innovation. Okay. So what are the strategies? Okay, at the minimum, the project manager should be knowledgeable enough to explain that to others the following aspects of the organization. What are the strategy of the project? What is the mission, goals and vision, goals and objectives, product and services, operational location, type and technology? These are the strategies to communicate with the client, stakeholders, and the team members. The market and the market conditions such as customers, state of the market, growing and shrinking, and time to time market factor, etc. Competition, what, who, position in the marketplace. The project manager should apply the following knowledge and information about the organization to the project to ensure alignment. Strategy, mission, goals and objectives, priority, tactics, and product or services. Okay, these are the things. Okay. Qualities and skills of a leader. Okay, as a business leader, as a business manager, as a project manager, what are the qualities and skills required? Okay, research shows that the qualities and skills of a leader include but are not limited to. Okay, this is a limited list, but we must have a lot of qualities and skills. Okay, being a visionary, help to describe the product, goals and objectives of the project. Okay, able to dream and translate those into dream for others. Being optimistic and positive. Okay, the project manager, the leader should be optimistic. Okay, the next one is being collaborative. They must be very collaborative. Managing relationship and conflict by. Okay, they must be have the relationship with the client. Okay, and the team members, and the conflict by. They must resolve the conflict. Okay, building the trust. They must be the trust builder. Okay, satisfying concerns. Okay, they must concern about the employees, stakeholders, and with the project team. Balancing, seeking consensus. Okay, they must seek the consensus. Okay. The next one is applying the persuasion, negotiation, and the compromise and conflict resolution, everything. Developing and nurturing personal and professional network. Taking a long-term view and relationship are just important as the project. Continuously developing and applying the political acumen. Okay, what is that acumen? Keenness and depth of the perception. Communicated by spending sufficient time communicating. Research shows that top priority managers spend about 90% of their time on project in communicating. I said before that, right? The project managers, 90% they are spending their time to communicate. Okay, managing expectations. Okay, they are the managing expectations. Accepting the feedback graciously. Okay, they must accept the feedback. Giving feedback constructively. They must provide the very constructive feedback. Next, they being respectable, asking the and listening. Okay, they must have the very good listening skill and the questioning skill also. Being respectful, helping others retain their autonomy, courteous, friendly, kind, honest, trustworthy, loyal, and ethical. These are the qualities. Okay, exhibiting integrity and being culturally sensitive, courageous, a problem solver, and decisive. Giving credit to others where due. Being a lifelong learner who is results and action oriented. Okay, these are the things of a qualities and skills of a leader. Focusing on important things including continuously prioritizing the work by reviewing and adjusting as necessary. Okay, they must continuously prioritize. Okay, work by, and also they must review, adjust as necessary. finding and using the prioritization method that works for them and the project. They must find and using the prioritization method that works for them and the project. Differentiating high-level strategic priorities, especially those related to criteria success factor uh, and for the project. Maintaining the vigilance on a primary project constraints. What does that vigilance means? Always alert and watchful, especially to avoid danger. Okay. If they are not alert, okay, it may lead to the risk. Okay. So they must have the alert always. They must be like a vigilance team. Okay. The next one is being able to apply the critical thinking. Sorry, remaining flexible and tactic priorities, being able to shift through the massive amount of information to obtain the most important information, having a holistic and systematic view of the project. They must have the systematic and holistic view, how the project is moving, how the project must be moved. Okay, so they must have the view, holistic and systematic view. Okay, taking into account internal and external factors equally, being able to apply the critical thinking, okay, application and analytical methods to reach decisions and identify him or herself as a change request or as a change agent, being able to build effective teams to be service oriented and have fun and share humor effectively with the team members. The project manager must be a very funny person. Okay, he must share with the humor. Okay, it will help to team members actively, enthusiastically, very energetically with a happy mood. They will work very happily. Okay, so these are the most important thing. Focus while doing the project. Politics, power, and getting things done. Okay. Leadership and management are ultimately about being able to get things done. The skills and qualities noted help the project managers to achieve the project goals and objectives. At the root of many of the skills and qualities is the ability to deal with politics. Politics involve the influence, negotiation, autonomy, and power. Power can originate with the triad exhibited by the individual or the organization. The power is often supported by other people's perception of the leader. It is essential for project managers to be aware of their relationship with the power of people. Relationship enable the project managers to get things done on the project. There are numerous forms. Power at the disposal of project managers. Power and its use can be complex given its nature and the various factors at play in a project. Various forms of power include but are not limited to positional. Okay, sometimes called formal, authoritative, legitimative, formal position granted in the organization or team. Informational, control, gathering or distribution. Okay, referent. Referent means legitimate. Legislate means what is that legitimate? Lawfully. Okay, that lawfully. Referent means to send direct for information or discussion. Okay, situational. Okay, gained due to unique situations such as specific crisis. Next one is personal or charismatic, charm or attraction. Okay, relational means participating in networking, connection and alliances. Expert means skill, information, possessed, experience, training, education, certification. Okay, reward oriented. Okay, ability to give prize, monetary or other desired items. Punitive or coercive, ability to invoke discipline or negative consequences. Ingratiating, application or flattery or other common ground to win favor or cooperation. Pressure based,
Limit freedom of choice or movement for the purpose of gaining compliance to desired action. Guilt-based imposition of obligation or sense of duty. Persuasive ability to provide arguments that move people to a desired course of action, avoiding, refusing to participate. These are the politics, power, and getting things done. Okay. Comparison of leadership and management. Management direct using the positional power. Leadership guide, influence, and collaborate using the relational power. Management they will maintain, leadership they will develop. Management they will administrate, leadership they will innovate. Management they will focus on system and structure, leadership focus on relationship with people. Management rely on control, leadership they will inspire trust. Management focus on near-term goals, leadership they will focus on long-term range of vision. Management for ask how and when, and leadership ask what and why. Management focus on bottom line, leadership focus on the horizon. Okay, accept the status quo in the management, challenge the status quo in the leadership. Do things right, do the right things. Focus on operational issues and problem solving in management. Focus on vision, alignment, motivation, and inspiration in the leadership. These are the comparison of leadership and management. Leadership styles of project managers. Project managers may lead their teams in many ways. The style of the project manager select may be a personal preference or the result of combination of multiple factors associated with the project. The style a project manager uses may change over time based on the factors in play. Major factors to consider include, but are not limited, leader characteristics. Okay, that is also one of the style. Attitude, moods, needs, values, and ethics. Team member characteristics: attitude, moods, needs, values, and ethics. Organizational characteristics: purpose, structure, and type of work performed. These are the characteristics. Next one is environmental characteristics: social situation, economic state, and political elements. These are the characteristics of the leaders, team members, organization, and environment. Research describes numerous leadership styles that project manager can adopt. Some of most common examples of the style include but not limited to uh, laissez-faire, allowing the team to make their decision and establish their own goal, also referred to taking a handoff style. Next one is transactional, focus on goals, feedback, and accomplishment to determine reward and manage it by the exception. Okay, these are the transactional. Servant leader, demonstrate commitment to serve and put other people first, focus on other people growth, learning, development, autonomy, and well-being, concentrate on relationship and community and collaboration. Leadership is secondary and emerges after service. That is called the servant leader. Transformational leaders, empowering followers through idealized attributes and behaviors, inspirational, motivation, encouragement for innovation and creativity and individual consideration. These are the transformational leadership. Charismatic, able to inspire in high energy, enthusiastic, self-confident, hold strong convictions, and interactional. Okay, combination of transactional, transformational, and charismatic. These are the leadership styles of project manager. Personality of project managers. What are the personalities? Okay, personality refers to the individual difference, characteristics, patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Personality characteristics of triads include but are not limited. Authentic. The number one is authentic. Accept others for what and who they are and show open concern. They are the authentic. Courteous. Ability to apply appropriate behavior and etiquette. Okay. So etiquette. Okay, that is the courteous. Creative. Ability to think abstractly, to see the things differently, to innovative. Okay, cultural. Measure of sensitivity to others, cultures, including values, norms, and beliefs. Emotional. Ability to perceive emotions and the information they present and to manage them. Measure of interpersonal skills. Intellectual. Measure of human intelligence over multiple aptitude. Managerial. Measure of management practices and potential. Political. Measure of political intelligence and making things happen. Service oriented. Evidence of willingness to serve and other people. Social. Ability to understand and manage the people. And systematic. Drive to understand and build the system. An effective project managers will have some level of ability to which of these characteristics in order to be successful. Each project, organization, and situation require that each project manager emphasize the different aspect of the personality. What are they? Authentic, courteous, creative, cultural, emotional, intellectual, managerial, political, service-oriented, social, and systematic. These are the personalities must possess the project managers. Performing integration. Okay, the role of the project manager is twofold when performing integration of the project. Project managers play a key role in working with the project sponsor to understand the strategic objectives and ensure the alignment of the project objectives and result with those of the portfolio program and business areas. In this way, project managers contribute to the integration and execution of the strategy. Project managers are responsible for guiding the team to work together to focus on what is really essential at the project level. This is achieved through the integration of processes, knowledge, and people. Performing integration at the process level. Okay, project management may be seen as a set of processes and activities, okay, that are undertaken to achieve the project objectives. Some of these processes may take place one, the initial creation of the project charter, but many other overlap and occur several times throughout the project. One example, a project process overlap multiple occurrences is a change in a requirement that impact the scope, schedule, budget, and require change requests. Several project management processes such as the control scope process and the perform integrated change control process may involve the change requests. The perform integrated change control processes occur throughout the project for integrating changing requests. Okay. Although there is no stated definition of how integrate the project proposes, it's clear that project has a small chance of meeting its objective when the project manager fails to integrate the project processes when they are integrated. Actually, integration is the most important thing, right? We must integrate all the things. What are the things we must integrate? Okay. The scope, schedule, budget, okay, change requests, what are the requirement, everything we must integrate with the team. Okay, so the 10 knowledge areas should be combined. Okay, so the tools and techniques, we must acquire the knowledge of tools and techniques to integrate with the team, with the client stakeholders and the tools, everything, so to perform the integration. Integration at the cognitive level. There are many different ways to manage the project. The method selected typically depends on the specific characteristics of the project, including its size, how complicated the project or organization may be, and the culture of the performing organization. It's clear that the personal skills, abilities of the project managers are closely related to the way in which the project is managed. Okay, the project manager should strive to become proficient in all of the project management knowledge areas. Okay, in concert with the proficiency in these knowledge areas, the project manager applies experience, insight, leadership, and technical and business management skills to the ability to integrate the processes in the knowledge area that makes it possible to achieve the desired project result. Okay, so this is the cognitive level. What are that? The project manager apply the experience, insight, leadership, and technical and business management skill to the project with the cognitive level. Okay, they must integrate the process in the knowledge area that make it possible to achieve the desired project results. Next one is integration at the context level. There have been many changes in the context which business or project to take place today compared to a few decades ago. Okay, new technologies have been introduced, social networks. Okay, so multicultural aspect, virtual teams, and the net values are part of the new teams. New values are part of the new reality of projects. An example is a knowledge and people integration in the context of a large cross-functional project implementation involving multiple organizations. The project manager consider the implications of this context in communication planning, the knowledge management for guiding the project team. Okay, project manager need to be cognizant of the project. What is that cognizant? What they are doing in the cognizant? Knowledgeable of something, especially through the personal experience. That is called the cognizant. Cognizant means very knowledgeable. Okay, so they are through the something, especially through the personal experience. Right? The project managers can decide how to best use their new elements of the environment in the project to achieve the success. That is the integration level. Integration and complexity. Some of the projects may be referred to complex and considered difficult to manage. In some terms, complex and complicated are concepts often used to describe what is considered to be intricate or complicated. Complexity within the projects is a result of the organization system, behavior, human behavior, and the uncertainty at work in the organization or its environment. It's navigating complexity. These three dimensions of complexity are defined as system behavior, the interdependencies of the components and systems; human behavior, the interplay between diverse individuals and groups; ambiguity, uncertainty of emerging issues and lack of understanding or confusion. Complexity itself is a perception of an individual based on personal experience, observation, and skill. Rather than being complex, a project is more accurately described or containing complexity. Portfolio, programs, and projects may contain elements of complexity. Complexity as a characteristic or property of a project is typically defined containing multiple parts, possessing a number of connections between the parts, exhibiting dynamic interaction between the parts, and exhibiting behavior produced as a result of those interactions cannot be explained as a sum of the parts, emergent behavior. Okay, these are the integration with the complexity: system behavior, human behavior, ambiguity. Okay, this is a complexity with the while doing the integration. The next one is PMI framework knowledge areas. Okay, PMI own project management body of knowledge lays down certain rules which you can follow manage your projects. The opinions is divided among project managers about PMBOK. Some consider it as a project management methodology while others look at it in a preference book. Irrespective of which narrative you agree with, it lays down key guidelines and a set of standards for all project managers to follow It divide the projects into 5 steps. Okay, the BMI framework project management consists of 49 processes which are categorized in 10 knowledge areas set out in the project management body of knowledge PMBOK 7th edition. This is based on the philosophy that project management consists of one-off and recurring processes for which the PMBOK describe common good practices. The first one is initiation, planning, execution, controlling, and closing. Okay. You just look at the number one is integration. The number one is integration. Integration, we will develop the project charter, develop the project management plan, direct and manage the project management work, monitor and control the project work, perform integrated change control, and close the project or phase. This is the integration phase. Scope, plan the scope management, collect the requirements, define the scope, create a WBS, validate the scope, and control the scope. That is the scope management. Time management or schedule management. Okay, plan the schedule management, define the activities, sequence the activities, estimate the activity resources, estimate the activity durations, and develop the schedule, control the schedule. These are the time management. Okay, the cost management, plan the cost management, estimate the costs, determine the budget, and control the costs. That is called the cost management. Next one is quality. Plan the quality management, perform the quality assurance, and control the quality. Human resource management. Plan human resource management, acquire the team, project team, develop the project team, manage the project team. Next one is communication. Plan communication management, manage the communication, and control the communication. Next one is procurement. Plan the procurement management, conduct the procurement, control the procurements, close the procurements. Risk management. Queue, plan risk management, identify risks, perform the qualitative risk management, perform the quantitative risk analysis, plan the risk response, control risks. These are the 10 project management. The first one is project management, integration management, project integration management. What we are doing in the project integration management? Project integration management includes processes and activities to identify, define, combine, unify, and coordinate the various processes and project management activities within the project management process group. In the project management context, integration include characteristics of unification, consolidation, communication, interrelationship, project through completion, and project integration management include making choices about resource allocation, balancing competing demands, examining and alternative approaches, tailoring the process to meet the project objectives, and managing the interdependencies among project management knowledge areas. The project integration management processes. What are the project management processes? Develop the project charter. The first we have to do with the integration, we must develop the project charter. The process of developing the document that formally authorizes the existence of your project and provide the project manager with the authority to apply the organizational resources to project activities. Next one is develop the project management plan. The process of defining, preparing, and coordinating all components and consolidating them into integrated management project management plan. Then the develop the project management plan. Next one is direct and manage the project work. Okay, the process of leading, performing the work defined in the project management plan and implementing approved changes to achieve the project objectives. Manage the project knowledge. The process of using project knowledge and creating new knowledge to achieve the project objectives and contribute to the organizational learning. Monitor and control the project work. Next one is monitor and control the project work. The process of tracking, reviewing and reporting overall progress to meet the performance objectives defined in the project management plan. Next one is perform integrated change control. The process of reviewing all change requests, approving changes and managing changes to deliverables, organizational process assets, project documents and the project management plan and communicating the decisions. Next one is close project or phase. Okay, the process of finalizing all activities for the project phase or contract. Okay, you just look at the project integration management overview. This is a bird view of the project integration management overview. We are not able to cover today all the tools and techniques. Okay, we will have the next another session for the project, all the 10 knowledge areas and 49 tools and techniques. Okay, the first input, develop the project charter. What we do, input, what are the inputs we will provide to the project charter? Business documents, agreements, enterprise environmental factors, organizational process assets, and what are the tools and techniques? Expert judgment, data gathering, interpersonal and team skills, and meetings. What will be the output? Project charter, assumption log. These are the develop project charter. Develop the project management plan. What are the inputs? Project charter, output from the other processes, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. What are the tools and techniques? Expert judgment, data gathering, interpersonal and team skills, and meetings. What will be the output? Project management plan. Direct and manage the project work. What are the input of that? Project management plan, project documents, approved change requests, enterprise environmental factors, organizational process assets. What are the tools and techniques? Expert judgment, project management, information system, and meetings. What are the outputs? Deliverables, work performance data, issue log, change requests, project management plan, updates, project documents update, organizational process asset update. These are the direct and manage the project work. Manage the project knowledge. Input. What are the inputs of the knowledge? Project knowledge, project management plan, project documents, deliverables, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. What are the tools and techniques? Expert judgment, knowledge management, information management, interpersonal and team skills. What will be the output? Lessons learned register, project management plan update, and organizational process assets update. The next one is monitor and control the project management work. What will be the input? Project management plan, project documents, work performance information, agreements, enterprise environmental factors, organizational process assets. What will be the tools and techniques? Expert judgment, data analyzing, decision making, and meetings. What will be the output? Work performance reports, change requests, project management plan update, a project document update. Perform integrated change requests. Project management plan, project documents, work performance reports, change requests, enterprise environmental factors, organizational process assets, tools and technique, expert judgment, change control tools, data analyzing, decision making, meetings, output, approved change requests, project management plan, project documents update, and close the project document. Input, project charter, project management plan, and project documents, accepted deliverables, business documents, agreements, procurement, document, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, data analysis, and meeting. Output, project update, project development updates, final document service, or final result transition, final report, organizational processes, and the organizational process asset update. These are the closed project. Next one is scope management plan. Scope management plan include the processes required to ensure that the project include all the work required and only the work required to complete the project successfully. Managing the project scope is primarily concerned with defining and controlling what is and not included in the project. The project management scope management process are plan scope management, the process of creating a scope management plan, the documents how the project and product scope will be defined, validated and controlled. Collect requirements, the process of determining, documenting and managing the stakeholder needs and requirements to meet the project objectives. Define the scope, the process of developing a detailed description of the project and product. Create a WBS, the process of subdividing project deliverables and project work into smaller, manageable components. Validate the scope, the process of formalizing acceptance of the complicated project deliverables. Control scope, the process of monitoring the status of the project and product scope and managing the changes to the scope baseline. We are doing the plan, collect the requirements, defining the scope, creating the work breakdown structure, validating the scope, controlling the scope. These are the things we do in the project management scope. The project management scope overview. Okay, the plan scope, what we do, input, what are the inputs? Plan scope management, project charter, project management plan, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and technique, expert judgment, data analysis, meeting. Output, scope management plan, requirement and management plan. Okay, collect requirements. Input, project charter, project management plan, project documents, business documents, agreements, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and technique, expert judgment, data gathering, data analysis, decision making, data representation, interpersonal and team skilling, context diagram, prototype. These are the collect requirements. Output will be requirement documentation, requirement traceability matrix. Okay, next one, define scope. What are the inputs of the defined scope? Project charter, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and technique, expert judgment, data analysis, decision making, interpersonal and team skilling, product analysis. Output will be project scope manage statement, project document update. Create a WBS. Input, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factors, organizational process assets, tools and technique, expert judgment, decomposition. Output will be scope baseline, project document update. Validate the scope. Input, project management plan, project documents, verified deliverables, work performance data, tools and technique, inspection, decision making. Output will be accepted deliverables, work performance information, change requests, project documents update. The control scope, what will be the input? Project management plan, work documents, work performance data, organizational process assets. Tools and techniques, data analysis. Outputs will be work performance information, change requests, project management update, project document update. These are the scope management. The next one is schedule management. Project schedule management include the processes required to manage the timely completion of the project. Okay, this is a time management. Okay, we must plan. The first one is the plan schedule management. the process of establishing policies, procedures, and documentation for planning, developing, managing, executing, and controlling the project schedule. Define the activities, the process of identifying, documenting the specific actions to be performed to produce the project deliverables. Okay, next one is sequence the activities. We must define it, we must sequentially, because we must put it into sequence, we will consistently help to work the project. Okay, the process of identifying and documenting relationship among the project activities. Estimate the activity durations. The next one is we must estimate the activity duration, the process of estimating the number of work periods needed to complete the individual activity with the estimated resources. Next one is develop the schedule, the process of analyzing the activity sequences, durations, resources, requirements, and schedule constraints to create the project schedule model for project execution and monitoring and controlling. Control schedule, the process of monitoring the status of the project to update the project schedule and manage the changes to the schedule baseline. Okay, what we are doing in the schedule management: plan, define the activity, sequence the activity, estimate the activity duration, develop the schedule, and control the schedule. These are the things we do in the project schedule management. You just see that this is the bird view of project schedule management overview. Plan schedule management input. What are the input? Project charter, project management plan, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, data analysis, meetings, output schedule management plan. Next one is define activities, project management plan, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, decomposition, rolling wave planning, meetings, output, activity list, activity attributes, milestone list, change requests, project management plan update. Sequence activities, inputs, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factors, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, precedence diagramming method, dependency determination and integration, lead and lag, project management information system, output, project schedule network diagram, project document update. Estimate activity duration, input, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, analogous estimating, parametric estimating, 3-point estimating, bottom-up estimating, data analysis, decision making, meetings, output, duration estimate, basis of estimate, project document update. Develop schedule, input, project management plan, project documents, agreements, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, schedule the network analysis, criteria, critical path method, resource optimization, data analysis, lead and lag, schedule the comparison, project management, information system, agile release planning. Output will be schedule baseline, project schedule, schedule data, project calendars, change requests, project management update, project document update. Control schedule. What are the control? Input, project management plan, project documents, work performance data, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, data analysis, critical path method, project management, information system, resource optimization, leads and lags, schedule decomposition. Schedule comparison. Output will be work performance information, schedule forecasters, change requests, project management updates, project document update. Next one is cost management. Okay, the project cost management include the processes involved in planning, estimating, budgeting, financing, funding, managing, and controlling costs so that The project can be completed within the approved budget. The project cost management process are the plan cost management. Okay, the process of defining how the project cost will be estimated, budgeted, managed, monitored and controlled. Estimate the costs. The process of developing an approximation of the monetary resources needed to complete the project work. Determine the budget. The process of aggregating the estimated costs of individual activities of work packages to establish an authorized cost baseline. Control costs. The process of monitoring the status of the project to update the project costs and manage the changes to cost baseline. Okay, the cost management: plan, estimate, determine, control the costs. Okay, you just look at the cost management overview. Plan cost management: inputs, project charter, project management plan, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process asset, tools and techniques, expert judgment, data analysis, meetings. Output: cost management plan. Estimate costs: input, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. Tools and techniques: expert judgment, analogous estimating, parametric estimating, bottom-up estimating, three-point estimating, data analysis, and the project management information system decision making. Output: cost estimate, basis of estimate, project document update. Determine budget. Input: project management plan, project documents, business documents, agreements, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. Tools and techniques: expert judgment, cost aggregation, data analysis, historical information review, funding limit reconciliation, financing. Output: cost baseline, project funding requirements, project documents update. Control costs: input, project management plan, project documents, project funding requirements, work performance data, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, data analysis to complete the performance index, project management information system. Output: work performance information, cost forecasters, change requests, project management plan update, project document update. These are the cost management overview. Project quality management. Project quality management includes the processes for incorporating the organization's quality policy regarding planning, managing, and controlling the project and product quality requirements in order to meet the stakeholder objectives. Quality management also supports the continuous process of improvement activities undertaken to behalf of the performing organization. What are they doing? Planning, managing, and controlling the project and product quality requirements in order to meet the stakeholder requirements, objectives, meet the objectives of the stakeholder. Project quality management also support continuous progress improvement activities as undertaken on behalf of the performing organization. The project quality management process are plan quality management, the process of identifying quality requirements and the standard for the project and its deliverables and documenting how the project will demonstrate compliance with the quality requirements and standard. Manage the quality, the process of translating the quality management plan into executable quality activities. They incorporate the qualities policies into the project. Control the quality, the process of monitoring and regarding the results of executing the quality management activities to assess performance and ensure the project outputs are complete, correct, and meet the customer expectations. Okay, plan, do, check, act. Problem finding, display, clear, acknowledge. Okay, so these are the project management quality. Okay, project management quality board view. Okay, plan quality management. Input, project charter, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. Tools and technique, expert judgment, data gathering, data analysis, decision making, data representation, test and inspection planning and meeting. Outputs, a quality management plan, quality matrices, project management plan update, project document updates. Okay, manage the quality. Input, project management plan, project documents, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, data gathering, data analysis, decision making, data representation, audit, design for X, problem solving, quality improvement methods. Output, quality reports, test and evaluation, documents, change requests, project management plan update, project document update. Control quality. Input, project management plan, project documents, approved change requests, deliverables, work performance data, enterprise environmental factors, organizational processes. Tools and techniques, data gathering, data analysis, inspection, testing, product evaluation, data representation, meeting. Outputs will be quality control measurements, verified deliverables, work performance information, change requests, project management plan update, project document update. These are the board view of project quality management overview. Project resource management. Project resource management include processes to identify, acquire, and manage the resources needed for the successful completion of the project. These processes help to ensure that right resources will be available to the project manager and project team at the right time and the place. The project resource management process are planned resource management. We must plan the resources. The process for defining how to estimate, acquire, manage, and utilize the physical and team resources. Estimate the activity resources. The process of estimating team resources and the type and the quantities of material, equipment, and supplies necessary to perform the project work. And acquire the resources. The process of obtaining the team members, facilities, equipment, materials, supplies, and other resources necessary to complete the project work. Develop the team. The process of improving competencies, team members' interaction, and the overall team environment to enhance the project performance. Manage the team. The process of tracking team members' performance, providing feedback, resolving issues, and managing the team changes to optimize the project performance. Control the resources. The process of ensuring that the physical resources assigned and allocated to the projects are available as planned, as well as monitoring the planned versus actual use of resources and performing corrective action as necessary. What we are doing? Planned resource management, estimate the activity resources, acquire the resources, develop the team, manage the team, control the resources. These are the things to do the resource allocation management, project resource management. We just look at the project resource management overview. Okay, board view, plan resource management, input, project charter, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, data representation, organizational theory, meetings. Output will be resource management plan, team charter, project document update. Estimate the activity resources. Input, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. Tools and techniques, expert judgment, bottom of estimating, analogous estimating, parametric estimating, data analysis, project management, information system, and meetings. Output will be resource requirements, basis of estimate, resource breakdown, structure, project document update. Acquire the resources. Input, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, decision making, interpersonal and team skills, pre-assessment, virtual team. Outputs will be physical resource assessment assignments, project team assignments, resource calendar, change requests, project management plan update, project document update, enterprise environmental update, organizational process assets update. Develop the team. Project management plan inputs will be project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, collaboration, virtual teams, communication technology, interpersonal and team skills, reconciliation of recognition and rewards, training, individual and team assessments, meetings. Outputs, team performance assessments, change request, project management plan updates, project documents update, enterprise environmental factor update, organizational process assets update. These are the developer team. Manage the team inputs, project management plan, project documents, work performance reports, team performance assessments, enterprise environmental factors, organizational process assets. Tools and techniques, interpersonal and team skills, project management information system, output change requests, project management plan update, project documents update, enterprise environmental factor update. Control resources. Project input, project management plan, project documents, work performance data agreements, organizational process assets, tools and technique, data analysis, problem solving, interpersonal and team skills, project management information system, output work performance information, change requests, project management plan updates, project document update. Project communication management. Okay, project communication management include the process necessary to ensure that the information needs of the project and its stakeholders are met throughout the development of artifact and implementation of activities designed to achieve the effective information exchange. Project communication management consists of two parts. The first part is developing strategy to ensure communication is effective for stakeholders. The second part is carrying out the activity necessary to implement the communication strategy. The process communication management processes plan develop communication management, the process of developing an appropriate approach and plan for project communication activities based on the information need of each stakeholder or group available, organizational assets, and the need of the project. Manage communications, the process of ensuring timely and appropriate collection, creation, distribution, storage, retrieval, management, monitoring, and ultimate disposition of project information. Monitor communication, the process of ensuring the information needs of the project and its stakeholders are met. Okay, key components for the project management communication management. Communication is the exchange of information intended or involuntary. The information exchange can be in the form of ideas, instructions, or emotions. The mechanisms by which information is exchanged can be in written form, either physical or electronic, spoken either face-to-face or remote, formal or informal, as in informal papers or social media, through gestures, tone of voice and facial expressions, through media, pictures, actions, or even just the choice of words. And choice of words, there is often more than one word express an idea. There can be so subtle differences in the meaning of each of these words and phrases. So these are the project communication management. What we do, plan communication management, manage the communication, and monitor the communication. These are the things we do. Project communication management overview. Okay, input, Plan communication management, project inputs, project charter, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. Tools and techniques, expert judgment, communication requirements analysis, communication technology, communication models, communication methods, interpersonal and team skills, data representation, meetings, output communication management plan, project management update, project documentation update. Manage the communication input, project management plan, project documents, work performance reports, enterprise environmental factors, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, communication technology, communication methods, communication skills, project management information system, project reporting, interpersonal and team skilling, meetings. Outputs will be project communications, project management plan update, project documentation update, project organizational process assets and update. Monitor the communication, project management plan, project documents, work performance data, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, project management information system, data representation, interpersonal and team skills, meetings, outputs, work performance information, change requests, project management plan update, project document update. These are the broad view of overview of project communication management. Project risk management. Project risk management include the process of conducting risk management, planning, identifying, analyzing responses, planning responses, implementation, and monitoring the risk on a project. The objective of project risk management are to increase the probability and or impact of positive risks and decrease the probability and impact of negative risks in order to optimize the chances of project success. The project risk management process are the planned risk management, the process of defining how to conduct the risk management activities for a project. Identify the risks, the process of identifying the individual project risks as well as the source of overall project risk and documenting the risks characteristics. Quality, perform the qualitative risk analysis, the process of prioritizing individual project risks for further analysis action by assessing their probability of occurrence and impact as well as other characteristics. Perform the quantitative risk analysis, the process of numerically analyzing the combined effect of identified individual project risks and other sources of uncertainty on overall project objectives. Planned risk responses, the process of developing options, selecting strategies, and agreeing on actions to address the overall project risk, exposure, as well as to treat the individual project risks. Implement the risk responses, the process of implementing agreed upon risk response plan, monitoring the risks, the process of monitoring the implementation of agreed upon risk responses, plans, tracking identified risks, identifying, analyzing new risks, and evaluating risk process effectiveness throughout the project. What we are to do in the risk management? Plan the risk management, identify the risks, perform the qualitative risk analysis, perform the quantitative analysis, and plan the risk responses, implementing the risk responses, monitoring the risks. Okay, so you just have the bird view. Okay, plan the risk management. Plan the risk management input, project charter, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, data analysis, meetings, output, risk management plan. Identify the risks, inputs, project management plan, project documents, agreements, procurement, documentation, and enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, data gathering, data analysis, interpersonal and team skills, prompt listers, meeting, output, risk register, risk report, project document update. Perform the qualitative risk analysis. Inputs, project document management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational processes. Tools and techniques, expert judgment, data gathering, data analysis, interpersonal and team skills, risk categorization, data representation, meeting, output project documentation and update. Perform quantitative risk analysis. Inputs, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factors, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, data gathering, interpersonal and team skills, representation of uncertainty, data analysis, and output project document update. Planned risk management responses. Input, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, data gathering, interpersonal and team skills, strategy for threats, contingent responses, strategy for overall project risk, data analysis, decision making. Outputs, change requests, project management plan update, project document update. Implement the risk responses. Input, project management plan, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, interpersonal and team skills, and project management information system. Output, change requests, project document updates. Monitor the risks. Project management plan, project documents, work performance data, work performance reports, tools and techniques, data analysis, audits, meetings, outputs, work performance information, change requests, project management plan updates, project document update, organizational process assets update. These are the broad view of risk management. What we are do? Plan the risk management, identify the risks, perform the qualitative risk analysis, perform the quantitative analysis, and plan the risk response, implement the risk response, monitor the risks. Project procurement management. Project procurement management include the process of necessary to purchase or acquire product, services, or results needed from outside the project team. Project procurement management include the management and control the processes required to develop and administer the agreements such as contract, purchase order, memo and memoranda of agreements, MOAs, or internal service level agreement SLAs, the personnel authorized to procure the good and or service required for the project may be members of the project team, management, or part of the organization, purchasing department if applicable. Okay, service. Project procurement is include the management control the process required to develop the administer agreements, contract, purchase order, memoranda and agreements, internal service level agreements, and personnel authorized to procedure goods and services required for the project may be members of the project team, management. So these are the procurement. Okay, procurement management process include plan procurement management, the process of documenting project procurement decisions, specifying the approach, and identifying the potential seller. Okay, conduct the procurements, process of obtaining seller responses, selecting a seller, and awarding a contract. Control the procurement, the process of managing procurement relationship, monitoring contract performance, making changes and corrections as appropriate, and closing the output contract. So these are the things what we do in the procurement: plan, conduct, control the procurement management. The broad view of the procurement management or plan procurement management: project charter, business documents, input, project charter, business documents, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, data gathering, data analysis, and source selection analysis, meeting. Outputs: procurement management plan, procurement strategy, bid documents, procurement statement of work, source selection criteria, make or buy decisions, independent cost estimate, change requests, and project document update, organizational process assets update. Conduct the procurement. Input, uh, project management plan, project documents, and procurement documentation, and seller proposal, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, advertising, bidder conferences, data analysis, interpersonal and team skilling, output, selected sellers, agreements, change requests, project management plan update, project document update, organizational process assets and update. Control procurement. Input, project management plan, project documents, agreements, procurement documentation, approved change requests, approved change work performance data, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, claim administration, data analysis, inspection, audit. Output, closed procurements, work performance information, procurement documentation update, change requests, project management plan update, project documents update, organizational process assets and update. These are the broad view of project procurement management. Project stakeholder management. Project stakeholder management include the process required to identify the people, groups, or organization that could impact or be impacted by the project. To analyze the stakeholders' expectation, their impact on the project, and develop the appropriate management strategies for effectively engaging stakeholders in project decisions and execution. The process supports the work of the project team to analyze the stakeholders' expectation, assess the degree to which they impact or impacted by the project, and develop the strategies to effectively engage stakeholders in support of project decisions and planning in the execution of the project of the work. The project stakeholder management process. Identify the stakeholders. The process of identifying the project stakeholders regularly and analyzing and documenting the relevant information regarding their interest, involvement, interdependencies, influence, and potential impact on project successes. Plan the stakeholder engagement. The process of developing approaches to involve the project stakeholder based on the needs, expectation, interests, and potential impact on the project. Manage the stakeholder engagement. The process of communicating and working with stakeholders to meet their needs and expectations, address the issues, and foster the appropriate stakeholder engagement involvement. Monitor stakeholder engagement. The process of monitoring project stakeholder relationship and tailoring strategies for engaging stakeholders through the modification of engagement strategies and plan. What we do with the stakeholder management? Identify the stakeholder, plan the stakeholder engagement, manage the stakeholder engagement, monitor and the stakeholder engagement. Okay, the bird view. Identify the stakeholder. Input, project charter, business documents, project management plan, project documents, agreements, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets, tools and techniques, expert judgment, data gathering, data analysis, data representation, meeting. Output, stakeholder register, change requests, project management update, project documentation update. Input, plan stakeholder engagement, project charter, project management plan, project documents, agreements, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. Tools and techniques, expert judgment, data gathering, data analysis, decision making, data representation, meetings. Output, stakeholder engagement plan. Manage the stakeholder engagement, project management plan, project documents, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. Tools and techniques, expert judgment, communication skill, interpersonal and team skills, ground rules, meetings. Output, change requests, project management plan update, and project management document update. Okay, the monitor and stakeholder engagement. Input, project management plan, project documents, work performance data, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. Tools and techniques, data analysis, decision making, data representation, communication skill, interpersonal and team skills, meetings. Outputs, work performance information, change requests, project management plan update, project documentation update. These are the broad view of stakeholder management. You just look at the system example, okay, how the project will be, okay. So the aircraft system, project management, system engineering management. The first one is supporting PM activities, training, equipment, facilities and services, data, technical orders, engineering data, management data. Air vehicle, airframe, engine, communication, navigation, fire control. Support equipment, organizational level, intermediate level, depot level. Okay, facilities, construction, maintenance, test and evaluation, markup, operational test, developmental test, and test. These are the project management overview. How the project will be look like. Okay, what are the elements of the project? How we are going to do the project. Okay, this is the aircraft system, the example of the project management. Sample work breakdown structure organized by the phase. Software product release. First, the project management, planning, meeting and administration. Product requirement software, user documentation, training program materials, and detailed design software, user documentation, training program materials. Construction software, user documentation and training program materials. Integration and test software, user documentation, training program materials. This WB is illustrative only. It is not intended to represent the full project scope of any specific project, nor imply that this is the only way to organize the WBS for the type of project. Okay, this is a sample of work breakdown structure. Okay, this is a sample only. Depends upon the project, they will define the work breakdown structure. Okay, so they will allocate the tasks to the team members. What do project managers do? Project managers do, in short, project managers are responsible for the planning, executing and monitoring and controlling the completing the project. So they must have the completion understanding of the project management. However, that's just the tip of the project management basis iceberg. Okay, and they build the plan. Well, first they will do, the project manager in charge of the plotting out the most realistic course of the project. The plan must include the project scope, timeline and budget. This can also include identifying the right tools for the job. Assemble the team and identifying the proper team, the critical to the basis of project management. Every project team will vary depending on the scope of the initiative and the function needed to complete the project. Finding the specialists and subject matter experts for each of the necessary tasks is ideal. Okay, so planning resources, assemble and lead the project team, time management, budget, quality satisfaction, manage the risks and issues and risks, monitor progress, reporting and documentation. Assign the tasks. Project managers must provide their team with a clear definition of specific tasks and timeline for every part of the project. Although each team members will be responsible for their own assignments, many tasks will require collaboration for both internal and external team members. Leading the team. Now that the team has been assembled and their tasks have been assigned, the project manager must keep the machine well oiled, covering the project management basis and beyond. This will include the checking the individual for status update, identifying and clearing the roadblocks, negotiating disagreements, and keeping team morale high and providing training and mentoring. So the next one is leading the team. Managing the budget. Most projects will require some expenses, which means understanding how to put together a project budget and manage the cost is critical for success. This will involve comparing the real life expenditure to estimate and adjusting the project plan if necessary. Managing the timelines. As with the budget, the project managers are tasked with keeping everything in the schedule so that team is meeting their projected deadline for completion. This will require setting realistic deadline throughout the life cycle of the project. Communicating consistently with their team for status update, maintaining the detailed schedule. Okay. So assigning the tasks, leading the team, managing the budget and managing the timelines. Okay. So engaging the stakeholders. Stakeholders play a large role in your project. They are typically influential people who are affected by the project. Essential part of the project management basis. Project managers need to maintain a good relationship and open line of communication with stakeholders who can not only help clear roadblock and empower your team, but also create unnecessary bottlenecks and derail the project if they become unhappy with the direction. Next one is hand over the project. Just because the project objectives have been delivered doesn't mean project manager's job is over. The project manager must now deliver the project to the team who will be managing, maintaining and operating it moving forward. At this point, the project manager will no longer be the go-to person and will be assigned to the new project. Okay. Next one is document the process. Identifying and documenting the lessons learned is not only the good practice for the personal project manager growth, but also relying on that experience to other teams around the organization for future use. This will help the others avoid making the same mistake or taking advantage of shortcuts are discovered. Okay. So engaging the stakeholder. Okay, after completion of the project, we must hand over the project to the client and document the process. Okay, whatever the throughout entire the life cycle, what was happened in the project. So the documentation process must be happened. Okay, so plan, engage, identify, analyze. So these are the project management basics. Okay, we have covered the basis of the project management. So we are going to have the detailed discussion, lessons plan, lessons, project management, each and every project management body of knowledge, knowledge areas and tools and techniques very detailedly, very clearly in the future. Okay, thank you so much for your great time. Please stay with us. In the future, we will learn about lot about the project management. Thank you so much for your kind cooperation. Thanks so much for your time.